All right, we are back to the campaign. All right, you know what? For the actual people that are watching my game, I know there's a couple of people, maybe two or three. If you were interested in playing, just message me or leave a comment on the chat on the videos of the people that actually. Oh, okay, guys, I got like 39 subscriptions. All right, you know I might have one or two that are watching right now, so chillax. All right, so let's get back to the game. All right, so last week the guys made it through. They rescued these elven prisoners. So we all remember how they were being tortured inside that dungeon area. Anyway, long story short, the guys brought the elves here. This toad type of building, ugly toad. Apparently, the
I
frater.
figured, sir. I'll be back in like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay, okay. Apparently, the leaders of that region. Let me just. What was? Give me a second. Um, Planescape factions. All right, so apparently the guys that are into the Revolutionary League. Let me go ahead and put the link for the guys. So we need to make sure we're all on the same page. All right, so the Legendary League. That's a faction of the Sigil factions. These guys don't have a like a real leader. Everybody's pretty much independent. So their headquarters is here in this building, the Bastion of Last Hope. It is on the outermost layer of Kaseri. The first layer is Oryx or some. I forgot the. Well, it's here on the map. Here it is. Athrys. That's the first layer. Now the Kaseri universe or area is, we're not going to go through too much of it because it can get a little complicated because there's layers inside of layers, and it's technically worlds kind of close to each other, like a bead of pearls or necklace of pearls, I should say. And inside the pearl, there's 6 layers inside of each. And then if you go from one layer, you're technically having to go through the upper layer. Look, I'm not going to go through the whole thing because it's really not going to be that important for the campaign. There's no need for for the guys to go through 6 or 36 layers of Kaseri. It's just, that's maybe it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. But it's not a waste of time for the area that they're in right now, which is relevant to the campaign. So they're inside this building that looks like a toad, and I've got a little bit of a map for it. But I want the guys to kind of know exactly where they're at. They're in this particular faction. You might think, well, these guys are evil if they're in this particular area of Kaseri, which is, I think it's neutral evil if I remember correctly. Anyway, and it's supposed to be some sort of a prison area. Nobody's supposed to be able to escape. As per lore, there is only one area, which would be this a bastion of last hope, because from what the lore says is that they can go back and forth through this gate to back to Sigil. So I'm gonna leave it at that. The guys just made it back. They rescued the elves. Let me go ahead and put them on the, excuse me, on the building, and then we'll start about on what exactly the guys are going to want to do today. Let me put them on the map. So, and Desert Caves map. And put them in a guild hall. Large area for them to chit chat. All right, so they made it back. The guys were supposed to have a meeting with the rest of the factions. Let me go ahead and put the guys in the actual room. All right, so here's the meeting. This is where we're, again, the guys had just rescued a lot of elves. They brought them here. They're going to take them back to that city that's is about a week away from where they're at right now, the Bastion. And the goal is basically to give them shelter in this particular area. As far as what's eventually going to happen to that area, I would assume it's the area which is the city that I'm referring to. Let me give you the name of that place. I'll put it on the chat. Okay, here we go. City Lethier. I'll put it on the map. Lethier Calith. So anyway, they're trying to take those elves that they brought, the prisoner elves that they brought from Sigil, to Kasseri, and then they're eventually going to make it to Lethier Calith, which is the sheltered city. So now, since they made it to the Bastion, they're having a meeting because they're going to have to figure out, okay, how do we resolve this problem with Sigil being, a pretty bad place. All right, so as soon as the guys show up, I'm going to give my arguments because I don't want to start my speech on what the other guys think, the other leaders of the league, and then the guys don't have a say so. All right, so let me go ahead and put my boys on the map. Okay, or actually, let me just copy and paste the guys. Okay. All right, so here are all the leaders of. Oh man, it didn't copy their names. What the hell? Let me go back. Why didn't it copy their names? Copy. Paste. No. That's weird. All right. Well, let me fix it on the whatchamacallit. All right. So this guy, the cartographer, and while we're waiting for Mr. Dude to come back, I'll just change their names right now. One thing that I've read about this Bastion or the Free League, the Revolutionary League, I should say, is that this particular they have the ability to change people's identity, sex changes and all sorts of stuff. Not sex changes for the sake of they feel like a woman or anything like that. Okay, guys. This is basically for undercover spy work. It's a legitimate reason. They don't have any kind of motives other than to, set up a revolution, so on and so forth. So the cartographer was technically a female at once, but now is a male. Which nobody really gives a shit about. I mean, these guys are they're on a mission from God, all right. Well, I'm gonna shut up now. What do you guys think? Or maybe.
So to get this clear, we rescued some elf slaves, about 40 or 50 of them, from a city called the Cage, and the new life we've offered them is to take them to an entire plane of existence known for imprisoning people. Is that right?
You guys decided. Well, I think the reason is because Mr. Iridescence, he's part of this faction, and he thought it would be a good idea to take these refugees back to his home world or the city that he's from. Is what I took from it. Again, I'm just going by what he's telling me.
Yeah, so I assume that eventually there will be a roundabout way to get them actually home, or maybe they'll stay and help with the revolution.
That's actually the reason why we're here today. They want some clarity. Again, the other faction leaders, because, Iridescence is kind of calling the shots. And these guys, his partners, want to know what's going to happen to, exactly what you just asked. I'd like to know, too. What's the long-term I mean, what's the final solution to get this fixed? Are they going to stay there? Is his homeworld going to eventually go back to his real world? You know, all that good stuff. I'd like to know more about it. So I'm with you on what exactly is the solution for these refugees. Are they going to stay there, or what's the again? I'm uh, I'm as curious as you are. So you tell me.
So I presume we have finished a long rest since we have rescued the slaves, right?
Yeah, I mean you're technically in an outpost right now. You're in the Hoth outpost, and you're chillaxing. You're on the well, no, you're in an outpost. You are completely relaxed. You are here to maybe escort the elves to that Lith city. I don't know. It's your call. I think Mr. Iridescence might want to do that, or might want to go back to Sigil and do some more adventures, or whatever. I don't exactly know because again, it's up to you guys to decide. Because technically, you could escort the elves to the city, and then once you get to the city, then that's a whole new bag of things to do. You know, so yeah.
Have we collected any sort of reward for rescuing these elves?
From
Did he
well,
just reward enough?
yeah, I think there's nobody here in the Bastion that is giving out quests because these are of 6 people, 7 people that run this faction. So none of these leaders are actually telling you guys what to do. It was all Mr. Iridescent's idea to bring him here to begin with. So you weren't given a quest to bring these elves here. Mr. Iridescence was like, "Hey, let's take him to back to my homeworld." Is what I got out of it.
So I take it then that none of these elf slaves are so grateful for having been freed that they would offer to perform any services for us, maybe do our laundry, manicure, or something
Well,
like
you
that.
know, from the beatings that they've been getting, they wouldn't really be too happy to do anything other than try to uh, uh, recover from PSTD or whatever bitch slappings they've been receiving. So right now they're not feeling, they're not feeling the best right now. They're after being tortured for a couple of. Remember, Sigil is a hellhole, guys. Let's make sure we understand that it's not a fun place. So just heads up on that.
All right, so one point I want to make clear is after our most recent long rest, when the guys arose from their rest, they no longer saw their bullywug companion Biggin around, and instead they saw one of the human guards that they had just killed the night before, walking around wearing all of Dunn's clothes and equipment.
Oh, you're
Um,
doing your
uh,
your uh, your
yeah,
changeling thing.
yeah. And he's
Okay.
got facial tattoos. He's got facial tattoos. He's got a leech tattooed on each cheek, and he introduces himself as a felon. That's his name, felon. And he's quite surprised to find that he used to work managing prisoners, and now apparently he's stuck in a whole prison plane.
Well, technically yes, because the faction this is their headquarters as per the lore. This is where they meet up. So yeah, you're right about that.
We shall see if Dunn has chosen wisely in his next identity.
Name is Felon. Great name.
Well, yeah, I mean, right now, depending on whatever you guys technically want to do today, but I'm just gonna give my little speech because again, I want some clarity as to what the hell's gonna happen to this side of the universe, this section of the campaign. So I'm gonna make my speech because the faction people are going to be a little confused over which direction they're going to take, and Mr. Iridescence needs to kind of make his speech so we can all be moving towards the common goal, and you guys are going to be in on it. And that's why I mentioned we're going to RP a little bit, and then we can again, guys, we can RP the whole night. Technically, doesn't matter to me. Just
I haven't
depends
got
on.
vision at the moment. Should I be able to see anything?
Oh yeah, let me turn on the lights.
And I do want to emphasize that Felon is a medium-sized creature.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever weirdo, whatever character you want to play, doesn't matter to me. I don't think anybody here is. Yeah, again, you're in a frog building, a toad building. That's people that live here are
Looks like
not.
one.
Well, people that live here are not going to be, you know, going to have the best etiquette, I would assume. All right, so Mr. Darius.
No, it's pretty actually tidy. It's just no one trusts each other.
Okay, well, that's bad etiquette, sir. You can't have a bunch of paranoid people walking around. All right,
Welcome to the Revolutionary League's
you
headquarters.
see, this is what I'm talking about. All right, so I'm gonna role play my guys as the faction because they're, they need a goal. I mean, they can have their own opinions, of course, but without some sort of goal, then nothing is ever going to get done. It doesn't matter if you're chaotic. If you're chaotic, there's no goal for you. You might as well get out of the building because you're worthless. You are just not going to contribute to the goal. All right. So,
I have to say I'm relieved if no one's going to get done.
Oh, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of different cells with each of their own goals, but I'm sure you're asking for one overarching goal.
yeah, I mean, I kind of I want to kind of have an idea for this side of the campaign before we start, moving forward. All right, so let me just put this real back on.
So what did I miss in this,
No,
15 minutes I was eating dinner?
we're just asking questions about why are we here, what's going to happen to the elves. William was asking about I mean, what are we going to do with these elves? Are we going to escort them to the city? Well,
The
actually,
lady asked me to bring them to the guild so that they could assist with helping her with liberating the city. Those were her words. So I was just I was just helping her with that task. So
okay.
I did my job. I brought him here. She said she would, she inferred that she would take care of it from there.
Oh, okay, okay.
So my guess is they're probably going to try to indoctrinate some of them into the guild to assist with whatever they need done. That's my guess.
Well, let me just bring this up real fast because I want to make sure we're all on the same page. All right, so we made it to the Bastion of Last Hope, which has a portal or a gate that is a two-way gate. Let's make sure we're all good on that part because I don't want people to think, well, it's a one-way gate. No, it's a
No, it's two-way.
Okay, good. All right, let's go back to the guild room.
So we can always go back to Sigil and to your whatever it is you want us to do if we want to.
Right. It's just that we got a lot of lore people that might want to checkmate us on. Well, isn't this a one-way gate? No, it's a two-way gate. All right, so here we go. Let's make this. All right, so you are in the Bastion, one of the rooms. Everything is all kind of spooky and weird, But this is the meeting room where all the factions. There's only 6 of these people. There's maybe more, but again, you know what? I'll put a couple more NPCs because the faction is a pretty big faction. All right, so there's a couple of nobody NPCs in the room as well, and everybody's kind of having a meeting because you just brought these elven folk into the bastion. I'm gonna RP the annoying people that think that was a bad idea, so that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so
First thing I would have said was I rescued these elven slaves as per the order and request from Mossbound over here.
All right, so she. Oh, by the way, the Mr. Cartographer. Where's Mr. Cartographer? Where'd he go? Latchtown. All right, wherever he. Okay, here it is. He used to be a female. Here's a tie-in between. Yeah, I'm trying to tie in the mistake that I made, which is brilliant, by the way. Anyway, Mr. Iridescence originally made the cartographer a female. Here's the thing about the Bastion of Last Hope. They have places here, and you probably read the lore, which is cool. They have identity. They modify people's identity because of the James Bond type of organization that this place is. So this person used to be a female.
I never said they were female. In fact,
Oh,
their race is unknown.
oh, which one was the female? Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, Mr. Dude. It was Moss who you said.
Yeah.
Was it Moss? Moss.
Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah. All right. Little mistake there. Anyway, Moss used to be a male. No, wait a minute. She was a female. She's always been a female. Okay. You know what? What you
The
see is-
tranny is confusing him. The
Yeah,
trans
yeah,
stuff.
Hey, them.
who's the,
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, forget about it. All right. So anyway, she was wanted to bring some of the elves in, which you did. A couple of people are upset of the guild or the faction. They're thinking you're bringing too much attention to the gate. I mean, somebody was bound to maybe see that there was like maybe 50 slaves that were going through a gate. So some of the faction people are like, "Hey, man, you're kind of giving us away." So they're upset, and Miss Mossbound.
Please direct all inquiries to Mossbound, as I was following their express orders to bring in elven bodies for her.
All right, so she's saying that it's the right thing to do. A couple of people are dissenting, saying that, look, they shouldn't have done that. Anyway, she's the one that's. There's no actual leader, but she's taking the initiative, guys. The people look at Mr. Iridescent's character, whoever that is. No, I know.
Lisa.
Lisa. All right, so they're looking up to Lisa, and they're thinking, okay, Moss is making. Again, this is what the vibe you're getting from the organization. A lot of these people are paranoid, which is a good. Yeah, they should be paranoid. They're coming from Sigil, which has got Gestapo and people. You know what the hell's going on in Sigil. All right, so she's saying, look, we need to do the right thing. Doesn't matter if we get caught. The mission is what is most important. If we don't take the initiative to rescue these people, then what good are they? And then the guys are like, we get it, but we shouldn't be giving ourselves away. The cartographer is on her side. Latch is not saying anything. This guy, he gets in front of the crowd and he says, look, regardless of what you might think, whether you think she did the right thing or the wrong thing, action must be taken to try to help these people in Sigil. If anything, we need their support in order to combat the demons that are eventually going to take over the city. Let me get the name of the city again. Calith. And then they look at you, Mr. Iridescence, because they want to know what the end goal is. They're just trying to survive and save as many people as they can, but they want to know what the overall goal, the end game is. So they look at you, and Moss says, "Look, regardless, Lisa, what do you think?" So they want you to kind of fill in the gaps.
What do I think?
Yeah.
Well, if we can be successful in overthrowing the leadership in that city over there, then we can shift it somewhere where their eyes aren't on us, and we can start using that as a place to raise more people to assist us with focusing on Sigil, because we all know how bad Sigil's getting.
All right, and then the this guy he says, well, Lisa, what is the net outcome, or is the city eventually going to, become a good city because we're in Kasari, and that's not going to happen.
Doesn't have to be good. We just have to shift it a little bit in the other direction, and odds are it would probably shift into the Outlands.
And he says, how's that going to happen? I mean, are we going to evacuate the city, or I
Done.
mean, what we and then
We'll have to do a bit of research, but if we can find ways to shift the general alignment of that city towards neutrality, then yeah, we can move the place to another plane entirely, just like the fiends of the Nine Hells constantly do or try to do with their gate town.
And he says, and then one of the townsfolk who kind of says, that's not possible. We can't shift the
What?
whole town to another
Oh, it
to the
happened. It
outlet.
happens all the time in the outer planes.
And then this guy says, okay, we're all on board, Lisa. How? I mean, do we need to?
Well, this
Is
is
this a
going to be the
spell?
part of have
Huh?
to do. Well, we'll have to do a
So
bit of research to see what kind of weaknesses we can exploit or what kind of information we gather. It's not going to be an instant thing. This is going to be a long-term goal. Though one thing that would certainly help would be to cut off the head of that snake ruling the place. It's just all he's doing is just making it worse and worse.
Uh,
But until we have the opportunity to do that, we should see about trying to get our claws, so to speak, into the important sectors of that city and others.
And then
We should be trying to build our power base so we can focus our attention on Sigil.
the Ma says, well, that's something to aspire to. But what about the elves? Which we don't know anything about them. And then one of the guys, Mr. Dunn, well, not Mr. Dunn, but Mr. Ladd says, yeah, we don't know anything about these elves. How do you know that they might be spies? And then Miss Mossbound, he says, yes, we've heard rumors of doppelgangers infiltrating organizations as well as some of the factions. And then this serious guy, he's kind of like the serious guy. He says,
Well,
well,
we should
right.
have we should have mages with true sight somewhere. We can use them as a credit check, so to speak.
And he says, well, unfortunately, all the mages that we have now are in this city trying to infiltrate some of the organizations, the government organizations that are basically the bureaucrats that are screwing up the city, which is the city that they're going to take the elves to, Lithir Kalith. So they're going to take the elves there, and then Moz says, well, we're going to need a volunteer group to take them to the city, as we know that there has been well, it's not the best trail to make it to the city as well. From what rumors are said, the city is in cooperation with some of the deities around the area, meaning that meaning hags as well as again. There's a lot of denizens outside the city that roam Kaseri for their own nefarious reasons. So we're always at our guard with whoever we deal with. So not only do we have to worry about the tyrant that runs Lith, but we also have to worry about some of the denizens that roam around this.
I don't think we have to worry too much about the Titans. They typically stay to their mountains. But
they go, yeah, well, the Titans are thousands, if not hundreds of miles away, so let's not worry about them. What we have to worry about is the fucking scum dogs and hounds and flying fiends and flaming skulls that roam the area and might attack the wagons if we decide to take the elves overland. We might want to take them through the underground tunnels. The problem with that is it's the same situation. We either take our chances with the overhead flying skulls or the flaming skulls or whatever invisible stalkers that roam the area. Um, Again, we just need to make sure that these elves, once we check them out, by the way, we are going to check them out. And then
I'm not saying don't. I'm not saying don't vet them. By all means, vet them. I'm just saying the reason I was ordered to bring them here, so I brought them here.
all right. And he says, why don't we take a break? Why don't you stay here in the city, in the Bastion, I should say, for a day or two, and you can decide on what you are wanting to do. Are you either going to go back to Sigil and take care of whatever issues you have there, or you're going to stay here and help us out with the elves because we do have to interrogate them. As a matter of fact, we'll take them to.
I mean, I would believe I was under the assumption that Mossbound said she was going to handle the elves that I brought her, since
Yes.
I was based in Sigil for now.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and take them into detention center, and then we're going to figure out if we have any doppelgangers. Once we do, if we do find them, we'll interrogate them. As a matter of fact, we need you to be here so we can get a better handle on what the hell's going on in Sigil, because this will be an opportunity for us to interrogate one of the doppelgangers again. And this is if there are any doppelgangers. You know what, guys? I'll just go to the next day. I'm gonna ask the dice: are there any doppelgangers in the group? Yes or no?
Yes or
If there is, then we can do the interrogation. If not, it'll just be the next day. Is that just
One moment.
I got two questions or two comments on this conversation. One's a question sort of out of character because I was trying to figure out the lore in the area. The portal from Sigil to here is in this Toad building,
Yeah.
and the portal out is somewhere else.
No, it's the same thing. Like the portal in and out is the same structure, so to speak.
So we're trying to move this portal to the Outlands.
No, what he's talking about is the city I'm from is currently under a tyrannical rule, and I'm saying we can that city can be relocated, so to speak, to a different part of the Outer Plains if its core alignment changes. So instead of being if it's instead of being filled with a bunch of selfish assholes, the total sentiment of the people goes towards, hey, we're a bunch of nice people, etc. The planes will lift it from Carceri and take it somewhere else.
Okay, so if we got 50 neutral or good elves, would that?
For example, if you had like 100 chaotic evil people and you flipped, like, say 60 or 70 of them to like neutral good or just true neutral, how it works in the outer planes is if they're all like residing somewhere, it will physically move that city from where it's sitting to somewhere else.
So my question is, flipping people who are already evil is probably difficult. What if we just move a good population into there?
If they're the majority, if it's the majority of the population, then they all have a shared sentiment, and the collective shared sentiment outweighs the other sentiments, then yeah, it's possible to force something to move elsewhere.
I'm just saying,
yes, we can in fact do the great replacement theory.
No, we're just wondering how the hell you're going to get a whole city back to the Outland. That's what I'm curious about.
You just, and as per like lore for Planescape, if a location starts having an alignment that mismatches where it currently is, if it gets too severe, it gets teleported to a place that matches that alignment.
So I have a question for Lisa. This place is called the Bastion of Last Hope. Is it? Do you know it to be a place that's full of hope?
It's a kind of a wet. It's kind of an inside joke.
If
So perhaps if we were to inspire people to give them actual, real hope, that might change their alignment.
Uh,
well, I just want to just mention the same theory as what Mr. Iridescence is talking about. Is an actual module where the city of Baldur's Gate actually went into hell. So I would assume it's the same. You know, if you want to wrap your mind around it, it's been done before. Is
I have. Let me see if I can find something that makes it easier to understand.
But I'm getting the Descent of Avernus, where again a whole city went down into the abyss. So that's if it's been done before, then yeah, I don't have a problem with it. The thing is the faction is wondering, well,
There you go. I think that might explain it better.
Yeah, well, again, my question is, if the people were infused with hope, would that change their alignment?
well, I would you
Well, if
would
we can give them hope for a better life, and they start acting not like that, or not native to the area around them, then we can we can force a cosmic realignment, and they get put somewhere else.
Hey, Mr. DM, can we go back to the map before we leave this scene? I
yeah.
do want to make an action.
You mean the map of the meeting room? Is that correct?
Indeed.
Okay.
I put a Discord link, or a link in Discord. Think to something that explains what I'm talking about. If you don't
I
know
don't
what I
think I'm
mean.
confused about the principle. I just want to understand what you understand about the city and what's possible in terms of inspiring to be hopeful and thereby change their alignment.
Yeah.
Oh, there is a small resistance. Like they're trying to work in behind the scenes against the current tyrannical dictatorship. So there is some form of or opposing will. It's a pretty small minority at the moment.
What
Most
if
people are
the
just kind of resigned.
what if the elven popular, and this is one of the faction leaders, he said, or I'll just say Mr. Latch finally ends up talking. He says, what if we convert the population to a good religion? Therefore, maybe that God would maybe try to help out with the teleportation or the movement from where they're at to another location.
Well, it doesn't really matter how it happens, but if a place begins to embody a nature different to where it is right now, it's it and it's it and the people and the city will shift somewhere else.
Well, and then Latch says, well, that somewhere else needs to be defined. If we,
Depends on what we're targeting.
well, and Miss Moss comes in and says, what if we have the people, um, just
Like, where do you want them to end up is the real
well,
question.
the god of the elves, what's her name? I forgot her name.
Corellian the Theron?
Yeah, if they start worshiping that god, then wouldn't that god find empathy towards that city and pull them out or help them pull them
If
out?
we could convince people to genuinely do that, it might get his attention.
Well, that's what she's prescribing. She's just wondering what you guys think. I mean, that's what maybe she's wrong. What do you guys
It's
think?
well, it's a way, but we would have to probably go speak with his proxies in the upper planes if we want to see about getting any kind of help with that.
And then Ma says, "Well, that is something we can all agree on." And then they are kind of again, they're kind of leaderless right now. They don't really have a common goal because again, they're anarchists and they don't really being an anarchist is not going to help you get any kind of goals done. But this time she's saying, look, if we're going to help
I
these
mean,
elves out, we're going to have to maybe.
the faction has come together in the past to topple other ones, so it's not unheard of for them to have a shared goal from time to
Yeah, but
time.
this is non-faction type of stuff. This is just them thinking, hey, we need to help that city from being ass raped by demons. Is what they're trying to resolve right now. The city that you're all keen on is getting ass raped, and they're like, well, let's try to resolve this. Um, so, you know,
Another question. I guess being anarchists, then there isn't any sort of plan for some sort of a government subsidy or program we could use to convince people to change their alignment.
well, I mean, technically they're supposed to be back in Sigil trying to fix things, but this came up, so this has to be fixed as well. I figured, well, I'll give the guys a choice on whether they want to fix this or do they want to go back to Sigil, because I don't know what they want to do. I'm gonna take a piss, and you guys can.
But we're level 2, so
Well,
we
it's
still got a lot of time.
yeah,
I just want
absolutely.
to
It's
point
just that
out that I just want to point out that during this meeting, Dunn has spent at least 1 minute studying the appearance of the cartographer, Kael'thorn Mossbound, Saris Null, Latch, Arendelle Thricebound, Ithriel, Ashley, Valor. So he's pretty familiar with what they look like now.
Okay. Anyways, like I said, my cell is based in Sigil, so I've been working there. But if you guys want to do non-Sigil stuff, that's fine with me. I just threw a backstory to my character so that the DM wanted to do something with it, he could.
Yeah, so what do you think is in the realm of possibility for getting this city moved to a different plane?
Honestly, it's gonna whatever we choose, it's gonna take a long time to do because you don't just change the hearts and minds of people overnight.
Maybe a teleport spell could replace them with more optimistic people?
Again, like I said, that is one way, but you'd have to get a lot. We'd have to get a lot of people in there to and start taking up residence within the city limits. And if they
You have
can,
a goal in mind. I presume you don't want to shift the city into either the Abyss or the Nine Hells.
no, I mean we're already in a lower plane, so it doesn't get much worse.
So you would like them to be more good than evil. Is that about right?
That's about right. If we can do that to just enough, if we can shift the alignment of the place just enough, we can force a we can force a cosmic realignment that would go a long way towards helping that city. Um, and
I'll go with
that's
that.
basically one of my character's personal goals. But they've got a lot of time to do it. But with being an elf,
Yeah, I'll go with that.
If we could establish a bunch of ring givers here in the Bastion of Last Hope, people who are generally very helpful for those who are not very well off, would that help change the alignment?
Well, and over, say for example,
I couldn't I
go ahead.
couldn't tell you. All I can tell you is that the current sentiment of the population there is they're pretty much most of them are just resigned to surviving there, if that makes sense. And the elves aren't even the majority population, by the way. It's like population of around 18,000 and 2,500 of them are elves.
Well, the goal is to liberate the city. Is I think the end goal. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah, that's an end goal for my character. If we ever go down that route.
All right. So
But I know the DM wants to do his
Well, is there something we could do sometime soon that would make the city a little less inclined toward evil?
Yeah, we could do something to make the or we could do something to hinder the current government, which would destabilize it a little bit. But at the moment, as level 2 mooks, probably not much.
Well, why don't we ask this council of rebels here if they have a suggestion on how to help the city be less evil?
Well, Moss kind of gets up and she says, "The only what I think is if we were to have one uh, deity, one patron that would help them relocate, because something like this takes the will of the gods, other than maybe a wish to maybe teleport the city. But if we had an overabundance of people worshiping the same deity in the city, then that god would more than likely find sympathy for the people of that city and help them, teleport at least. That would be an option. And I would assume that this elven god would, you know, help us out. But and then they point to Iridescent's Lisa, and she said, but you'd have to, make sure or see if that's actually feasible, and then they kind of leave it up to her. So, yeah, is it feasible? Is it possible? That's something you might want to ask one of the gods, or maybe go to that particular. Um,
If we wanted the help of Corellian Lotharian and his followers, we probably would have to make a trip over to his home plane and find his find his realm and inquire there. And hopefully send some kind of delegation to work out an arrangement.
Are there any of his followers in the Bastion of Last Hope now?
No, they are a good aligned people, and so they would probably be in one of the upper. They would be residing in one of the upper planes.
No chance that any of them have been perhaps enslaved and perhaps brought here?
There's a chance, but you'd have to find someone, which is do you know where to begin looking?
Or I guess we go to this god's realm and ask where he could send help.
Yeah, one of that's we'd have to find a a place that worships him, or like I said, go to go to his realm and see if we can find some assistance directly there. But either way, we still have to locate uh, a place where his influence is strong.
That's probably not going to be Sigil, right?
No,
well, let me show you this other map, guys, because if you are gonna want to stay here, and by the way, there's no, I was like I was saying, there's really no criteria on, getting things done with the 10 missions. You- we're just gonna do what we want to do, is what I'm trying to say.
yeah, out of character. Like I know what to do in character or out of character, but I'm trying to keep this in character.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, here's the again. This is a work in progress, but I just have to kind of change the name of the city. Here's the city that this is where you guys are gonna want to go. Right here. Again, I'll fix it up a little bit later. Here you guys are here. Again, I'll fix the names right now. So I'll put Bastion right here. Text Bastion.
This terrain should also all be swamp.
Yeah, well, the thing that I'm using only
I know.
puts little
I know.
bushes there. So, all right, so Bastion of Last Hope is here. Let me point to it, and then the week-long trail is over here. All right, I think we're all concrete crystal on this new area that you might or might not want to do stuff in. The other labels or the towers that you see around you, well, that's something you might want to investigate. That's you.
Orth I mean, yeah, Orthrus isn't the worst place to navigate physically, well, other than like quicksand, but
Yeah,
um,
it, it
it's the same as crossing any swamp. It's just an endless swamp.
yeah, and the river Styx is
It
it,
goes through parts of it, yeah,
yeah. I'll put that in.
but that's pretty easy to spot if you know what you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys have a crazy idea that you want to take a ride, I can totally do that. I've done it before. All right,
But
so you guys clear on the world that you're going to traverse
yeah,
if you decide
but
to help out the elves.
yeah, but out of character, if we are going out of character, if we are going to go through the Corellian Letharian route, we're
Yeah.
probably gonna be leaving this plane at some point and going toward to the upper planes. In which case, the DM's gonna have to prepare maps.
Yeah, it's totally fine. I do it in a second. All right. Well, you guys, what do you think? I mean, I know that's, what do you guys think? Do you want to check out Kaseri for a couple of weeks, or whatever? Or do you want to go back to Sigil and take care of business? What say you?
What do you guys want to do? Do you want to stick around this place for a bit longer or go back to Sigil?
Yeah, so you're here and you got to get here if you want to. Uh,
There is,
mhm.
I
Well, I
said,
don't have vision at the moment, just a black screen.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Let me configure. Okay, here is the map. Looks pretty cool. It's kind of big, but there's some interesting places that you could check out. But it's
What
a
plane is this on?
Katseri,
uh,
Carceri, which is the first layer, which is OR. You know what? I'll put it on
Orthrus,
Ortho. Yeah.
Orthrus.
Hmm.
First, Orthrus, the first layer of Carceri.
The swamps.
Basically, it's just swamps and bogs
Yeah.
and not much else.
Yeah. Let me put it
So,
up in the
is
top.
there anything at Lesser Calith that is on Lisa's to-do list?
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
Is there anything on Lesser Calith that is on Lisa's to-do list?
I have a long-term goal, but I have no immediate goals.
Yeah, that's what I'm fishing for. It's an immediate goal. If nobody has any idea for anything we might
Uh,
accomplish here on this plane, I'm
'Cause
sure we can go find other things to
yeah,
accomplish in
'cause
civil.
I know that I don't have the means to change anything right now, which is why I didn't have any immediate goals.
Well, do these six rebels here in the meeting room have
The
any
best
favors
we
they'd
could
like us
do,
to do
yeah,
for them?
just so the best we could do would be, with our current strength, would be to maybe act as a diplomatic party and go see this Corellian Lethalian's seat of power in the upper planes and maybe petition for help from the Celestials.
I just want to get there.
But that's gonna be an adventure in and of itself.
And some murder hobo like Lisa showing up in the among a bunch of celestials, that's not going to cause any problems for us?
If we
uh,
shoot, if we
Well, if the murder hoboing is about killing demons and devils, then I'm sure they'll totally welcome with open arms.
Yeah.
Okay, remind me, what is our tally so far of number of demons and devils killed?
0.
Yeah. I mean, you're level 2, so you haven't done anything.
So how many humans have we murdered while they begged for their lives?
A couple. I don't think it matters who you kill, to tell you the truth.
Well,
But I
no,
mean,
technically 0. We've murdered nobody that's begged for their lives.
yeah,
That is
one
true.
of the guards kind of did beg. For
Yeah,
their
but
lives.
that guy was like torturing people, so he doesn't count.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, I do want to point out, just in case you haven't caught up here, Descents, that uh, currently among your party is a bard named Felon who looks identical to the person you killed last night who was begging for his life, except that he's got a tattoo of a leech on each cheek.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I kind of know it's not him just because of the mannerisms. Because the looks are only half of the disguise.
All right, so among these 6 rebels here who are chatting with us about what to do next, none of them have any ideas about what we could do to help their cause.
Well, they're mostly fixated on Sigil and infiltrating the factions to overthrow them. That's really what they care about. But again, we have this elven crisis that needs to be, we need to figure out what's going on. What's the goal here? If there is no goal, and you guys are like, no, fuck well, we just rescued them. That's all we care about. Then there is no goal for the elves.
Oh, we did discuss this while you were taking a piss. Like, as level 2 characters, I don't have immediate goals for this city because I don't have the means to affect a big enough change yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
I have a long-term goal, but that doesn't help me right now. Like I said, the best we could so there's no real immediate goals to take care of. The best we could do is, like I said, I was telling them, see if we could petition the followers of Corellian Letharian in his upper plane and see if we could garner assistance from the Celestials up there, but that would be an adventure in and of itself.
Well, isn't there this place on the Outlands that used to be like the celestial gate to Sigil, but it's not there? Maybe we should investigate that.
Okay, DM, can you bring up that map?
Oh yeah.
Elysium or whatever it was called.
Yeah. Let me.
And I think there was some suggestion made of destabilizing the current leadership at the Bastion of Last Hope. From what I've seen in some of the lore, they're not entirely trustworthy people.
You are correct there. Okay, I just kind of wanted to. Again, okay.
There's more. There's more than one upper plane, and I don't want to do. I'm gonna roll to see if I know this. Do you care if I give myself advantage from being an elf if I understand
totally,
information about Corellian?
I mean, you've kind of been in the Outland, so I would assume you know a little bit about what's going on. But if you want to roll it, I'll say it's a DC.
I don't want to. I'm gonna
14.
to have information on Corellian
Yeah,
Letharian.
because you're in the Bastion of Last Hope, and these people are not retarded.
This isn't. I said, do you care if I give myself advantage because I'm an elf and I
DC 14 with advantage. Go for it.
I'm going to roll. Is religion not
All
my
right.
best check?
Zell, what do you think?
Wow, look at those snake eyes.
Oh, okay. Zell,
I know
what do you
nothing.
think? Before I put you, I mean, here's the world map for Carceri. Uh, the city's up there to the upper right. You know where you're at. Everybody clear on where you're at and what you can do here in this map area? Everybody good? All right. Well, just as long as you know that this place is outlined and it's a place that you can traverse.
I will ask our others. Have you have you heard anything about Corellian Letharian? Because Religion hasn't been a big part of my life, aka I rolled fucking snake eyes.
Oh, the are you asking the factions or
I'm
the
asking my
players?
party.
Oh, your party. Oh, okay. Let me get some more ice for my Diet Coke.
Yeah. You guys want to roll religion? I rolled fucking snake eyes. Oh, William.
Yeah, should I just make a skill check for religion?
Yeah, if you or ours want to roll religion, see if you know anything about Corellian.
Not hardly anything more than you know.
You know more than me. I rolled a 1 and a 1. It's like a 2% chance. How about you, Oryx? Good
Sorry,
talking to you.
being interrupted here, so I'll be back in a minute.
All right, all right, all right. Before I put you in the
Yeah, nobody in our party knows a damn thing about Corellian.
oh, okay, okay. Well, you could. There's plenty of people in Sigil that'll fill you in. The faction knows. I mean, they don't know everything about the area other than some of the what you see on this map. So they could say, well, if you want to go to the place of no regret, you'll see this. If you want to go to Clear Gate, you'll see that. Stoneham, which I'm probably going to
Oh,
change, you'll see that.
oh.
So the faction knows about this area. If you want to explore it and maybe go and
Yeah, Corellian knows all about him.
oh, okay,
Or, sorry, Oryx does.
all right.
What a
Well,
good roll. I know nothing in person, but you could tell me everything because my character knows.
all right.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then just
Yeah,
make
he knows that we need to go to Arborea to find Corellian Litharian,
yeah. I mean, if you
which is a chaotic good upper plane.
yeah.
Write it down.
Yeah, well, the Moss lady says that, this is what I think. If we try to get the Elven God to help them, then there shouldn't be any problem because we're going to need the powers of the God in order for us to move that city to that specific alignment, the plane of that alignment God. Will, were you going to say something?
Yeah, it's a party city.
Okay. All right. Well, that is one of the goals of the campaign. Whether you want to pursue that, that's on you. Azel, do you have questions? Because again, you seem to know more than the other players. Not that it's gonna be that much of a help, because again, you already know that you're gonna have to get the favor of that god to maybe help you out. Heads up on that one.
Uh,
And going
so,
through
what do you guys want to do? Do you want to return back to Sigil? Like I
Well,
said, I
if
won't
we're going to
care.
deal with an elf god, maybe we should help these elves, and maybe that will help us gain favor with the god.
I said, do you want to head back to Sigil and look for work there, or we can go down this uh side adventure and see about getting to help with the Celestials?
Bane is prominent in this plane, if I remember my lore correctly. So I'll put Bane Citadel. All
I
right.
suggest that we question the elves we recently freed to see if any of them have suggestions on how to get to the plane of this good elvish god.
That part's easy since if he rolled like a 22, he would know the basic information. I'm waiting for the DM to put us back on the Outlands map.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me do that.
because those are common informations. Like, well, if those are common trade routes through the outer planes.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
thinking let's go find a portal to this plane.
Okay, so the easiest place be right here. Sylvania has
is
a
that
gate
where
town
she's
leading
at?
to.
She's from that.
That's the gate town to Arborea.
Yeah, but the alive.
Okay, let's go there.
The Corellian Lotharian is based out of Arborea. If you rolled a
Arborea.
22,
Arborea.
which
Okay.
is an and it's an upper plane. There are lots of Celestials there, but and the Elven gods reside there alongside the Olympians.
Yeah, let's. I want to make sure you guys know. Let's not worry about any kind of time travel. We're going with the flow. That'll eventually come up. So let's not worry about that.
Yeah.
All right. So
Question.
go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, would Felon know whether whether a true sight would be able to determine that he is a changeling?
Yes, if you have a different form, yes.
Yeah, I think True Sight will see through all that crap.
Yep.
All right, well, let's go.
All right. So let's do the roll to see if there's any uh, good new any doppelgangers. Let me roll that right now, and we'll RP that. All right, this is see what happens with the dice. All right, okay. Let's go to the detainment center, cause they are gonna want you to interrogate this guy. All right, so let me put the jail cells. All right, got that map. Jails. Let me get a good jail. Good prison map. It's loading. It's loading. Slowly. Slowly. All right, taking a while. Let me hit the F5. All right, so here's what's happening. All the others were taken to the detainment center because they're aware that there are people infiltrating um, Sigil and all sorts of stuff. All right, so they find someone because one of the mages has a true sight, which is what is that, 6th level spell? It's kind of low. Anyway, whatever level spell it is, he's gone through and spotted one elven refugee posing, well, a doppelganger posing as a refugee. Let's go back to towns, jail. Let's try this one. All right.
It's
Yeah, it's
it is fucking snowing outside.
well. It's supposed to get pretty cold I don't know, for maybe a month or so. All right, my goddamn maps aren't loading, people. Give me. I am gonna have to hit the F5 again. All right. As soon as I get that map going. All right, so I'll start with you see an elf. Again, this doppelganger, the sorcerer or the mage didn't tell the doppelganger that, hey, I know you're a doppelganger. He brought you down to the jail cell or the prison or the detention center where they're at, and he's behind the jail cell, and he tells you, okay, he's inside this jail cell, and then you guys are gonna interrogate him as soon as I get the goddamn map going. Let's try this map. All right, finally came up. Okay, so active. All right, so I'm gonna start putting the elves on the map, but let me turn on the lights. Okay. Ta, 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 ta. All right, cool map, huh? All right, let me put the elven dude on the map. NPCs, elven. No, that's not it. Elven. All right, let's just say this guy's an elf. All right, let me drop you guys on the map. Players drop. All right, so let me delete that guy and then put a couple NPCs on the map. All right, so the elf or the sorcerer, he shows you the dude behind the prison, and you are supposed to interrogate him. He's behind the bars. Again, he doesn't know that he's been found out. So you guys are looking at an elven guy who doesn't, he doesn't suspect that he's a doppelganger. All right, so who is going to ask the questions?
I'll walk up to them, male or female.
Oh, well, he looks like a male to me. No, I'm
All
sorry, he's a
right. Sorry.
female. Female. It looks like a female to me.
Sorry, I didn't have your thing pulled up on my screen. Let's pop this out.
I just gave Lisa bardic inspiration.
All right.
Okay, we're over here.
So that's good for an ability check or
Hmm.
damage or healing roll.
All right, I'll hand them over. Like I said, on the way here, I will have carried a mug of water into which I've put a dose of truth serum in it. So I've done that on the way here.
What is
So,
truth serum? Is that a thing?
yeah, yeah, that's a thing.
What book is that in?
Here, I'll put it for you here. I'll put
I
it in the
know I know
chat.
there's a truth a zone, but not a.
No, there's a truth serum. I'll put it in here.
It's in the book called "Don't Leave Piles of Gold Lying Around Level 1 Characters."
No, I wasn't aware of that uh, serum. All right. Well, regardless, they drink that. Do I make a save? Am I do I?
Yeah, if you drink it, you get to make a save, Constitution save.
All right. What's the DC? Let me.
It's in chat. It's in the chat.
All right. I'm gonna roll 1d20. I'll give myself a +2, which is fair. 7. I would assume that doesn't make it.
That is a DC 11. He failed, so for an hour, he can't knowingly speak a lie as if under the effect of a zone of truth spell.
All right, so he starts to start talking to you. What's your first question, or what are you
Yeah,
asking?
so they quench their thirst. They feel tastes a bit funky, but uh, the, they can't lie to me. All right, so I'll ask him. Have you tell where are you from?
And then he kind of looks at you. He starts to say sigil, and then the words come out from Orith, which if you guys might already know, it's the Greyhawk realm. Regardless of whether you know or not, it doesn't really matter. He just says Orith.
Uh, and can you tell me how you ended up in Sigil?
He says we have a agreement with the Asmodeus organization that we infiltrate the cities on their behalf to sway the population towards their ideology. Let's not make a weird thing about it, people. Let's not get weird, but it's a good plot, okay?
Cool. Maybe they could do that for us in the city we're interested in.
Well, I mean, I'm, you know, he's telling the truth. It'd be kind of hard to organize that many doppelgangers to do what you want, unless you're, Satan. If you're Satan, you can do a lot of shit, but you're not. So
Yeah,
I don't see how
Asmodeus
you're
has a
gonna do it.
lot of power.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I'll ask him, is there anyone else you were working with in Sigil?
He says, well, the headquarters are in Sigil. We're organized here due to the plants that are the reason why we exist to begin with. The doppelganger plants are all based here in the mecca or the hub of the multiverse. Therefore, we originate here because due to the help of the Asmodeus organization. So we work on their behalf if you want to know how things are done. We are working on their behalf. They give us
See,
life, and we do their bidding.
Does this person have a name?
Chicote. Chicote.
you just call him Chipotle.
Chipotle. Let's just go with Chicotle. No, yeah. Let me put
I'm gonna call him Chipotle.
Okay, you can call him whatever you want, but Mr. William wants specifics. Cha Chicote.
Chipotle.
Chicote. All right, there you go. I'll put that on his token. All right, Chicote. All right, so he's basically saying, look, we work as side by side with Asmodeus to basically infiltrate cities, organizations, to sway them on their behalf if they don't want to cooperate. If, say, for example, we infiltrate one of the factions, as in uh, Mr. Iridescent's faction. We might be able to tell Mr. Nosybody Iridescence to go on a suicide mission because, he's being nosy and we need to get rid of him. That's if we were to infiltrate his organization. So, us being able to, you know, shape change into whoever we want is a big benefit. And the only way you guys are ever going to suspect would be if you had somebody who purposely, did a spell or whatever. But there's so many of us that, does regardless of
You're
what you,
also it's a really hard
yeah,
faction to infiltrate with everybody being paranoid as fuck, so they'll
yeah,
probably credit check everybody.
yeah. So make sure, I want you guys to be on the same page here. There are so many doppelgangers in the campaign that it's going to be almost impossible to defeat them. Let's make sure we're on the same page here. We're talking about millions of doppelgangers. So just to be clear,
Challenge accepted.
okay, just Mr. William, I just don't want you to be confused. I want to make sure that you are locked in on what's going on. All right, that's as much as I want to say about that.
Anyways, that which was gonna lead me to the question I was gonna ask is, are you personally aware of any plants within this fortress?
Well, we're eventually going to investigate that city that you are going to take those elves
No,
to.
this fortress.
Well, this fortress, of course, we're going to be discovered, so this place is no good for us because it's a small building. Well, it's a building, Mister
It's a
Token.
city. So it's a city
No,
size.
I'm talking about the Bastion. Are you talking about the Bastion?
Talking
It's
about the bastion, it's a fortress.
right, the fortress. So they're not going to come here and get discovered. So that's not going to happen. But if you're talking about the city, yeah, they're going to go there to infiltrate and figure out what's going on.
No,
And
I had asked him if he knew of any plants in the fortress, basically.
in the fortress, no, there's too much. It's almost impossible to do anything here because again, you're gonna be discovered eventually if you are making demands, and the faction leaders are gonna say, "What the hell is this guy talking about? He's a doppelganger. Get him!" So they're not your guys are not stupid. They're not gonna come here and try to take over because they're
The paranoia is keeping them safe from
I
doppelgangers.
mean, they're paranoid to begin with. I mean, that's. I mean,
That's what I just
yeah,
said. The paranoia is keeping them safe from
yeah. All
doppelgangers.
right, right. Okay, cool, cool.
But does Chakotay know of any other doppelgangers in the bastion?
That's what
In
I
the
just
back,
asked.
he said, no, no. I'm the only one. You were again. He's telling the truth. He's come here to infiltrate, or figure out what the hell you guys are doing.
All right, so do doppelgangers have any sort of weaknesses that one might exploit?
Make a what other? What's a doppelganger? Is that a
I just wanted
human?
to tell me the truth. That's all I'm asking.
Oh, he's definitely telling the truth. It's not possible. Well, I didn't make my save, so not not gonna happen. Yeah, I mean, he's telling you the truth. Everything he said is correct. Um, so yeah.
Well, then what's the answer? Does he know of any particular weakness to doppelganger?
He says unless you have true sight, that's really our only weakness. Because we're gonna look like anybody. We can be anyone, and you would know unless you had true sight.
You'd
So
have to you'd have to know the mannerisms of a person they're trying to imitate to see differences.
right, yeah. I mean, exactly, yeah. So for example, Moss might or might not be a doppelganger, unless you actually interrogate her and do a true sight. Which again, the
Or
mages have already done.
or if you're familiar with the subject, I assume you could probably do an insight check, see if there's something funky.
Yeah, but they've got legit mages in the faction, so it's they're don't worry about any doppelgangers being in the faction. The mages are so paranoid. Well, the faction is so paranoid that that's just a given. I mean, unless you're a retard, which you're not, or the faction isn't, they know what to do. They're not gonna just be retards and let doppelgangers infiltrate their faction. That's not gonna happen because they're
Another question. Are doppelgangers working with Asmodeus to advance his plans in Sigil?
yeah. They can't. Well, as you already know, the Asmodeus priest and all those people, uh, they can't shape change. And if they go into a city with Satan on their logos and their robes, people are just going to be like, "Fuck that shit. We're not going to follow you." But if you have the mayor of the city say, "No, hell, Satan," well, then the people of the city might say, "That's not a bad idea," because 76% of all people in most of the world are retarded faggot normies. So you kind of have to expect that there's too many retards in the world that will eventually fall for it. Right, guys? I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, so my question was, are there any doppelgangers who are working to help advance the aims of Asmodeus in Sigil?
Yeah, the whole city is basically filled with them because again, he's already told you that the plants are where the doppelganger is coming from. So remember, the doppelganger plants are what are creating these doppelgangers. I think
Do you do you know which faction is assisting you the most with these plans?
he says all the factions are ours. Is what he's saying. All of
Which
them
one?
are run by doppelgangers. All, well, not all. Yours is too paranoid to penetrate. Because again, you guys are too paranoid. You've taken steps to, you know, because again, there's other creatures that change, like dragons can change. There's a lot of other creatures in the D&D world that change shape. So they're not specifically targeting doppelgangers, but again, your mages are smart enough to know, hey, maybe how to disguise is going to be in this room or something like that. So again, they're pretty astute. They're smart enough to not have to worry about it. So you guys don't have to worry about the faction. They're pretty smart. Will, do you have questions about that? If you want.
Yeah, so next question is, which factals in Sigil are currently doppelgangers?
And he goes off the wiki list of all. I can give you the list, or I can give you the link. Again, no need for me to just go through the wiki. Whatever the wiki says, that's what goes. For
Is he
example, the old
saying that
guy.
every factal in Sigil is currently a doppelganger?
Yeah, he's saying all of them. Well, they run the city. They're manipulated or they're told what to do by Asmodeus. They're just a tool that Asmodeus is using to, you know, corrupt or what agenda? Okay, Satan wants people corrupt. That's his goal. That's what the doppelgangers are for. He's made an alliance with them. He's given them life because if it wasn't for the plants that were brought here into Sigil to begin with, remember, Asmodeus is in charge. He's the big brain of the campaign. So Asmodeus says, you know what? I need to corrupt the multiverse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to help. I'm going to have the doppelgangers via the doppelganger plant create substitutes for the mayors or whoever runs whatever city he wants to take over. As an example, maybe the city that you guys are going to, they're beginning their infiltration. You just happen to be smart enough to suspect that there might be a doppelganger problem, and you caught one. Actually, the dice said, yeah, there's somebody here. So, luckily enough for you, you found one, and he's now telling you, we're going to go to Calith, and figure out what the hell the elves are doing over there, and maybe we can overthrow that city and make more evil people so we can kill them and eventually put their souls into gas tanks and so on and so forth. The whole
So
yeah,
if Factol Hashkar is a doppelganger, what happened to the original Factol Hashkar?
they're dead. Again, if you've guys seen Invasion of the Body Snatchers. You've seen that movie. You know that the plant takes over their body and eventually disintegrates. You've seen the movie. You know what I'm talking about. So
This
that's
ain't no Hollywood movie. We're playing for
well,
real.
well. As per lore, I think the body is disintegrated. I'm pretty sure something happens to it, where it's no longer alive. Um, yeah.
All right, so that's what happens when a doppelganger replaces a person. The original is disintegrated in the process.
Yeah, basically what he tells, he says, look, we bring our diplomats here to the city because it's New York. Everybody wants to come to Sigil. It's the fucking best place in the world, in the universe, I should say. So they bring these diplomats in, these mayors, these presidents, and they say, hey, let's have a party. We'll have alliances with these other universes, and you'll make a lot of money, and so on and so forth. And then what they do, they bring this guy in. They might knock him out or whatever. They put him next to a plant. The plant, takes over his body. He goes back to his world and he says, "Hell, Satan!" And everybody in the city goes, "Okay, well, let's fucking worship Satan." And then Satan gets more souls, more gas tanks are made, so on and so forth. Oh, and by the way, the devils, well, you wouldn't. They're not gonna tell the doppelgangers about how the blood war is happening. The doppelgangers don't need to know about that. They're just they're means of tools needed to make more evil people. Because, again, at the end of the day, if you're evil, you're gonna go to hell. Bottom line, no need to question that. So they
All right,
need.
next question.
Okay.
Next question. So, if I were to, speaking of Chakotay, if I were to look like you and sound like you and dress like you, is there some special sense that doppelgangers could use to determine that I'm not actually a doppelganger? Like, could they smell me funny?
No, no. The only option for you to know that I was a doppelganger, as well as any other doppelganger, we might, message each other secret language. But other than that, the only way you're gonna know that I am a doppelganger is with True Sight. Or
Great. So, if you wanted to prove to another doppelganger that you're really a doppelganger, how would you do that?
I would just we have a matter of talking to each other. It's like we know that we're the same species, so it's not like we're not gonna know. It's kind of like
Great. So, we do
yeah. Hmm.
that for us.
Yeah. It's kind of like when a white guy goes to a club and he knows that he's not wanted there. No, no, that's a bad example. Anyway, you get the idea. They know each other by just being around each other is what I'm trying to say.
All right. So, no special handshake, a secret code word, nothing like that.
No, it's basically we can sniff each other out. We just kind of know each other. We There's a vibe that happens once we're close to each other. so we know who we are. Again,
How close?
I'm referencing the invasion of the body snatchers when they all kind of got together and started throwing shit in the garbage trucks. They kind of just, they just all met together and they knew each other for whatever weird
So,
reason.
how close do they have to be to kind of sniff each other out?
Well, if they've taken over the city and they all get together at a meeting, they're going to be like, okay, here's our agenda. So they all kind of, know each other and they say, hey, let's meet up at the Bastion. We're going to take over that building. We need to get some more pods in the area and all sorts of things that they're going to have to do in order to infiltrate and take over whatever, the building or the city or whatever. That's why I mentioned those pods coming in and out of the Give Yankee vessels and the Mind Flare ships. So there you go.
All right. Is there anything I might do that would be a dead giveaway to reveal that I'm not a doppelganger? Like you guys eat, you poop, you pee. What?
We don't necessarily have to eat or take a dump, no. But we can eat, but it's not something we can eat in order to fool you, but it's not something that we do on our off time. So I don't necessarily have to eat if you guys are not watching me constantly, because again, I have to, you know, act like I'm a real human by eating and taking a shit and so on and so forth. Of course, no shit is going to come out, but I can, pretend that I'm taking the dump. And if
All
you
right.
want,
So, do doppelgangers need to rest?
uh, well, we can, but it's not necessarily. No.
They have to, yeah.
Oh, do they? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, they're monstrosities, they're not outsiders.
Is that? Okay, well,
Yeah.
there you go. They do have to rest. Again, from what little I'm just looking at the stat guide, so it's not like I'm an expert at this. I'm looking at
What's the
description.
lifespan of a doppelganger? Are you going to turn to a puddle of acid in 3 days?
Uh, I'll refer to the lore on that one because again, I don't want to be incorrect on that. It might or might not be correct. Again, I'm not going to look it up right now. That's just why should I'll just say yes if you
All
want
right,
to.
so here's the question I'm going to give to you. Who do you directly report to?
Well, we meet with the aspects of Asmodeus. They're the ones in liaison of Asmodeus himself. So they act as a liaisons for whatever agenda Asmodeus has. Of course, you know that.
How are you going to be in contact with them?
Well, we have a gate that goes straight to the what is it, the ninth? Okay, this is out of character. The ninth level of is it the abyss?
The Nine Hells, you have a
Nine hells.
gate to
Yeah,
Nessus.
yeah. Nessus. That's the ninth level of the nine hells.
That's pretty
Impressive. Yeah.
no, that's impressive. That's something the devils would really want to keep secret. They
Well,
jealously guard that
Where is
place.
this gate located?
where's what state located?
Where is this gate to Nessus located?
Oh, it's in Sigil in the lower portion of the under Sigil, which is heavily guarded by the fish folk. They're also the fish folk, if you weren't not aware, are the ones that guard the plants in order to have no people. If we have, for example, the Davos going down there and investigating, we try to make sure that they don't get they're not too nosy, and I would probably assume that the Lady of Pain is aware of well, she would have to be aware, but she apparently has no problem with
If
what
they don't
we're doing. Yeah,
if they don't mess with the Dabas, she
yeah.
probably isn't caring.
She's
So
not
they
she's not necessarily good or evil, guys. She's kind of neutral, so she's okay with subverting and taking over countries in the name of Satan. Not a problem.
Does
Or that
Asmodeus have any plans for taking control of the portals in Sigil?
Well, they are currently winning the Blood War. Again, lore says that there's a truce right now. I got you on that. But since everything is,
the lore is based off of the a different cosmology too, so that end is technically non-viable.
Well, whatever the lore is, the more people going to hell, which is the agenda, is what Mr. Asmodeus needs in order to win the blood war. So he's currently
Yeah, so
winning the blood
Asmodeus
war.
doesn't care about controlling the portals in Sigil. Is that right?
Well, I mean, they're needed. It's not, they're needed. They're created by the Lady of Pain. She creates the portals. He's not. He's only using the portals to, get his men, well, his infiltrators, his doppelgangers, his baddies to wherever they got to go. So the porters are just a means to get to, you know, the Forgotten Realms
He doesn't
or,
have the strength to oppose her and Sigil at the moment.
well, she doesn't really care, guys. Whatever.
Anyways, that's good. That's actually very juicy information. There's a lot of people who would kill people eons over just to have a know of a location to get to Nessus.
I
Both
want to.
both both the demons and the celestials.
So for campaign purposes, say for example, you guys say, "Hey, I think the this person." Well, you already know about the facts, so we're not gonna. We're no need to worry about or wonder if they're doppelgangers or not. For example, if you go to a bar and you talk to somebody in Sigil and you're wondering, well, I wonder if they're a doppelganger. And again, these are for NPCs. It's a 25% chance that they will be a doppelganger. So, the dice is going to decide whether they're doppelgangers or not. 25% is kind of low on a D100. You know, just a heads up on that one.
All right, another question about the portal to Nessus. Where can we find the key to this portal?
Well, well, number one, you would have to make it down into the Undersigil. Number two, get past the scaly folk and the maze that is down there. And also, again, it's a place is constantly changing via the whims of the Lady of Pain. So it's not always, it's not a direct path to wherever you want to go. The gates are going to be there, but getting to the gate might be, you know, ever changing. So you might have to go through a sewer grate, or you might have to go through a vast tunnel, a natural tunnel, so on and so forth. It just depends on where you're trying to get. And that area is always going to have a permanent gate. The gate is not going to go away. Oh, I do want to mention this. From I saw a video that there's a particular group of people that can close gates. Are you guys aware of that? Because when I watched the video, there was like a female NPC that was closing gates, and did you guys watch that part? Because that might be important in the future. So, from what the video that I saw, I didn't read this anywhere, but there's supposed to be some sort of a female or a, a group of people that can or able to close the gates. You guys can correct me on that, but I think that's something in the lore. So heads up on that one. I'm pretty sure I'm
I
right.
wonder if a Davos. I wonder if a Davos can close the portal.
I think they're really only there to fix the environment or make changes or
Davos just kind of maintains Sigil.
yeah,
All right, so I guess I'll have to repeat my question to Jacote. Where can we find the key to this portal to Nessus?
Well, I know that the as aspects of Asmodeus all carry a key. So if you want to, you know, you know, kill one of them, more than likely you will find a key, which is what if you're
It's
wondering.
out of our range right now.
So they're the um, gatekeepers, Mr. William. wherever they got to go. For example, Orith, Forgotten Realms, Sigil, here. Well, not here because this is exclusive to the faction of the fraternity of Mr. Uh, Silver's faction. They have exclusive keys to get here. So, are we clear? So again, I just want to make sure Asmodeus, his people don't have a key to every gate in Sigil. That's not possible. There's too many gates. But Mr. Iridescent's faction has a two-way gate, and that's just lore, and they're in charge of it. If, for example, Asmodeus wanted to close a gate, that could be a thing, but as per lore, I think only a certain group of people can close gates. I'm going to look into it, but I could swear that I read or saw something about a specific group of people that can open and close gates. Yeah.
All right, another question. So I understand there's a number of elf slaves being gathered for a big sacrifice coming up. What is the nature of this sacrifice?
Well, the sacrifice that you saved the elves from was supposed to be a sacrifice to Asmodeus and his kin. So, as you already know, more souls that are given to Asmodeus, the better the blood war goes towards the devils, and which is basically the end goal. They want to win the blood war. How do they win the blood war? To get as many souls to hell as possible. And how do they get souls to hell? Well, they gotta create a lot of evil people. You're just not gonna die. If you're a good person, you're not gonna go to hell. So if they can corrupt, again, the doppelgangers can corrupt cities, people, whoever, by being a country star or a fucking heavy metal band. If you can corrupt those people to start, doing bad shit, then you're gonna go to hell, and that's the goal. Corrupt as many people as possible so the devils can win the blood war. That's the end goal.
So does killing a guy who's begging for his life count as being corrupted?
Me personally, I have threatened Iridescent's character from day one because he's a murder hobo. But there's no need for me to ever bring that up. I mean, how many times do I have to say that? I'm not going to say it anymore. I'm tired of saying it. You guys can kill
Some things are
everybody.
done for the greater good.
You guys can kill everybody in this room. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. I would just role play that. You guys are now fugitives from the fraternity of Mr. Silver's faction, and then I maybe go after you. But that wouldn't solve the problem. The problem of the campaign is you got to stop Satan from corrupting people. That's the goal. Uh, if you want to kill everybody in this room, knock yourself out. I don't care. And if you die, then there's a good chance you might go to hell because of your actions. So, do you have any questions, Azel? Because want to make sure if you have any questions, Azel. All right. Well, Azel might not be here.
Oryx, you here?
Well, I'm here. I'm good.
All right. Yeah. I want to make sure we're all on the same page. I know that it's a pretty big concept here of Satan and corruption and all that stuff. So just as long as everybody's on solid on what's happening. So any other questions, Will?
Yeah, bit of a history question. Does Jacote know how Asmodeus came to dominate in Sigil? What turned in his favor?
Well, this is a multiverse, and if this is the hub of the multiverse, therefore is the best, more efficient way to reach out to whatever worlds. It's the easiest, more efficient way to make it to whatever area you want to be in an instant, as opposed to maybe living in the Forgotten Realms and having to travel across 1,000 miles just to.
Well, let me try to put it another way. Asmodeus has gained considerable power and influence in Sigil.
Yeah.
What sort of secret knowledge has he been exploiting to be able to do that?
Well, as far as knowledge, I mean, he is Satan, so he probably knows everything from world history to anything lore wise. I mean, he is part of the deities. He's not a tech. Well, he's technically a deity, but he can't really do deity stuff like leave the nine hells, as opposed to, for example, Mistra, who's become mortal and all sorts of shit. Again, that's lore that you might or might not know about. But uh, Asmodeus technically is not a god that can just wander around and start fucking shit up. He's only there to as a lawgiver, as someone that says, okay, this guy officially by law did this bad thing, therefore he belongs to me. He's sort of like a lawyer, maybe. I guess you could think of him as a lawyer.
All right. Well, other than doppelgangers, um, what other sort of major power is helping Asmodeus increase his power and influence in Sigil?
Well, mostly are the NPCs that I use to recruit people to become evil. Again, city government officials.
I think he's saying, are there any other deities that have been working
Oh,
with
no,
Asmodeus?
no, no, no. There's no. He's number one. He is. He doesn't need any help. He's fucking Satan. Satan doesn't need any help. He's fucking Satan. And he's doing a great job. He's winning so far. The campaign, he's kicking ass right now, guys. He's got all the sigil. He has corrupted pretty much the five worlds that we might eventually get to, or maybe not. Actually, I haven't made up my mind on that one. But don't worry about how many worlds that Satan has infiltrated. Right now, you guys are just going to have to take it day by day on what goals you need to accomplish. So right now you see the big picture and it's going to help you say, okay, well, let's run this way or let's do this or let's help the elves. But you know you have the big picture, therefore it's going to help you make decisions on where you want to you know, go to or eventually get to by the end of the campaign.
All right. Another question. What is Asmodeus's greatest fear as a turn of events that might cause him to lose power?
Well, per lore, he's never going to lose power. I mean, you could try to kill him.
And particularly in Sigil, to lose power and influence in Sigil.
Well, you'd have to get rid of all the the doppelgangers in charge because again, they can have people, um, call you out as an infiltrator and scream at you, and then the whole group of doppelgangers starts chasing you guys down, and you already know that there's a lot of doppelgangers. 25% of the whole population is a
How
lot.
many aspects of Asmodeus exist in Sigil?
There's one for each faction. No, there's one for each planet or area that is corrupt. Again, Orith, Greyhawk, Forgotten Realms, Troll, and then there's. I'm not gonna go through the other worlds until we start talking to Doc Brown. So, the Doc
We're
Brown
talking
thing.
about a dozen or about a dozen aspects. Then?
Yeah, no, technically there's five aspects, and they're all in charge of each of the worlds. So one is in charge.
Five aspects in
Uh,
Sigil.
yeah, and then Sigil is really the city. It's really New York. Okay, guys. You have five people that act as liaisons to Forgotten Realms, Greyhawk, and so on and so forth. They all live in New York. There's five of them. They're in charge. If you kill all five, you're gonna maybe solve the problem with the corruption that's happening in the Forgotten Realms and so on and so forth. But that's not gonna happen because they're way above your pay grade. Or you can
Yeah, but
try.
we can stop some doppelgangers that are, taking the place of prominent people who enter, the nefarious areas to get some illegal things and whatever that you mentioned last time.
That's
And
a
so that's probably where people are being replaced.
that's a perfect idea. I like that idea. What do you guys think?
We can shut that down.
Well,
Have any doppelgangers currently replaced any aspects of Asmodeus?
no. At the remember, Satan rules. All hail Satan. He is on top of the charts. He could tell the doppelgangers. Well, technically, guys, you can look at the stats of a CR3 doppelganger. I mean, come on. Satan will, or the aspects will just bitch slap those guys. That's not, it's no way. They're in charge, and then doppelgangers are CR3 nobodies. Well, they're important to the story, is what I'm trying to say. All right.
Yeah, I think I'm out of question.
All right. Well, glad we're all on the same page. Zell, do you everything crystal for you? Okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
no, I
All
think
right.
the one who I don't know what the team wants to do, but if we
I'll
can,
have one question, final question for this thing.
Well, I got one more question. Is there anything about the influence of Asmodeus and Sigil that threatens the Feywild?
No, that's not even a question. I mean, finding a portal to the Feywild is really hard. I mean, this is out of character. Uh, Even playing in like a regular campaign, the Feywild being that common is not common. Yeah. Again, any campaign you've ever played in, the Feywild is not something that people bring up or think about. Unless you specifically want to go in the Feywild, that's a thing. Yeah, that would be a thing that you would want to pursue, like Mister Iridescence and his wacky group of factions. This is his thing. I'm only kind of filling in the gaps. This is
Yeah, so just to clarify or reiterate, Dunn came to Sigil accidentally as a young person from the Feywild and has spent all his time in Sigil looking for a way back to the Feywild. So he asks, do those events of Asmodeus' influence in Sigil in any way threaten the Feywild?
no, he's not. He's only corrupt. He's only interested in like humanoid souls to conquer the blood war. The Feywild is
Oh, well,
not.
that's no
Yeah.
problem then. I'm glad to hear it. He's only really interested in corrupting humanoids, you say.
Yeah, I mean the Feywild, it's a whole thing in that Feywild world, which they've got these tricksters, and it's too much of a
Good luck
bother.
trying to wrest power from Titania and
Yeah, I
Oberon.
mean it's too much of a thing for again tricksters and fays and elves and fairies, and that can get all weird, and Satan just doesn't have time for all that. It's just like I'm not going to go through all this bullshit with these fairies just to get their souls. Ah, fuck that. I'm just gonna elves, dwarves, all the races. That's what he's gonna focus on. Dealing with fairies is just a big headache. Not gonna happen.
All right. Sorry for the interruption. Lisa, you had one final question?
Yeah, I I've heard word that one of the gate towns to the upper plains was destroyed. Is there any reason you guys want to keep the Celestials from interfering?
Well, if we can't have these do-gooders screw up our plans, so we had just stopped any gateway from that outland city to Sigil. We just can't have these people coming in and trying to, you know, have a revolution or take over the city. Asmodeus has already solidified his control, which is not gonna. Unless you kill Asmodeus, this city belongs to him. And
So
so we
he
can't.
believes that the Celestials have the power to undo his plans, and he
If we
wants.
have angels coming in here starting shit, it's just gonna be a big fucking uh, pandemonium. Lady of Pain might get involved. She might or might not choose to tell the angels to fuck off. Maybe it's her own little experiment. or whatever. We don't know the relationship between the Lady of Pain and Asmodeus. Maybe she's so above everyone. This is lore, guys. The Lady of Pain is technically above pretty much all deities, even Satan. So she can pretty much do whatever she wants. Uh, so
She
it's
would be classified as to what you would call an over deity.
yeah, she's exact. Some people think she is, or she is. Again, you could read the lore on her. I'm not going to go through the whole thing,
I
but
mean, she did straight up slay a god,
yeah,
so
yeah. I mean, if you know about Planescape, you know that she can do shit like that. So yeah. So right now,
so the so the so your group is trying their best to keep the Celestials away because they fear it might interfere with your plans.
yeah, we can't have people just taking up bother or making any effort to sabotage the plans. Everything's working correctly. We've taken over 6 major universes. We have as much power, as much souls that are needed to sponsor the war that we are currently, or not we. This is what the doppelgangers, not technically we, but the Asmodeus and the devils are winning. So the blood war is on the devil's side right now. They're winning the war. What that
Oh,
means
that
is, yeah, if there's no pendulum to help the devils, then shit's gonna get like everybody's.
well now
Yeah,
now we've got two potential things we can use.
yeah. I mean,
And you're not afraid the Yugoloths are going to betray the devils like they always do to keep the blood war going?
as long as we are paying them off and doing bribing them or doing whatever they need to do to think that they're winning, because they're technically neutral between the demons and the devils. If they think that they're getting something in return, anybody can be bought off, even the Yugoloths. If they want souls, women, wine, candy, blow, drugs, we can give them whatever they need. So we don't have to worry about them. We will just pay those people off. We'll buy them. So, and again, their nature is to be neutral. So let them be neutral. Let's not have them join the demon side if we can cater to them. Right?
I've, yeah, we're just gonna I suppose you're just gonna count on history not repeating itself. Okay. I
Well,
have
so
no more
far,
questions. I have no more questions for now.
yeah, so far, they're winning, so they don't really care what you guys think.
Yeah, history has had a nasty thing where they always try to keep the blood war going at all costs because it makes the money when it does rage.
I will agree, concur with that. All right, what?
But it does sound like if we want to throw a monkey wrench, like I'll pulling them away from the cage. Sounds like if we want to throw a monkey wrench into their operations, we should find a way to get the Celestials involved in this.
And well, I mean, the doppelganger's not saying that, but it's gonna be kind of hard when the gateway, the portal is. Well, no one's going through it right now. Maybe you can fix that. That's.
Well, the gateway's always there, and Elysium is not the only upper plane.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's yeah, there's 1,000 different ways to get to anywhere you want. The river Styx, so on and so forth.
But again, this would give us another reason to go to visit Corellian Litharian's place because Arborea is full of Celestials.
Yeah, she could definitely. Again,
So
if
that would give us a double whammy in that while we're looking for him, if we come across any Celestials, we can see about getting in contact with them and seeing what we can do to help them get back and exert their power into Sigil again.
Right, right. So yeah, that's that sounds good. So you have a couple of. I mean, it's still early. We can escort the elves to the city. We can go back to Sigil. You have the big picture. You know what's going on, who's in charge, what's you know, where the plants are. I think you guys know everything, so you should.
I am going to relay the information we learned from the doppelganger to the heads of the Revolutionary League who are with us right now.
All right. Well, let me put you in the meeting room again. All right. Well, Will and Azelle, would you any questions or comments?
Not at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, let me put you back on the meeting room. All right. So you guys are back in the room. Again, it could be the same day or the next day. It's whatever you guys want. Again, there's no one's telling you to leave the building. So let me. Where did I put it?
I gotta
Okay,
get
here
a
we go.
drink real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, here we
Oh,
go. Let me change the name.
what do I want to get that's not Diet Coke? Because that is an
Hey,
insult.
I got ding dongs here as well, so fuck you guys.
He's got ding dongs.
I'll call the room Bastion meeting room Bastion. All right, Bastion meeting room. Yeah, the game. Yeah, there's a couple of different ways you guys can end it. Again, this is you guys can do whatever you want. There's a couple of different ways you can end the or win the game, I guess you could say, is to kill Asmodeus, and that would be interesting. I wasn't even thinking about you guys, maybe wanted to do that, but that's an option. Really, you could do that if you wanted to.
Yeah, but not at level 2.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean something you could work towards now that you
Yeah,
you see the big picture.
Now that I'm thinking about it while I was getting this drink, they say you are what you eat. Does that mean you're a ding dong?
Whatever. You know what? Now that you're mentioning that, let me put some more. Let me get some ding dongs and put some more ice in my Diet Coke. All right, so you guys can we can again do a side
Diet
mission.
Coke. That's just.
What? Diet Coke is good, dude. What are you talking about?
It's no, no. Diet soda is just a lie.
Okay, so besides Diet Coke being a lie, what are our choices? I mean, you want to go try to get celestial help, and how do we go about doing that? Whatever leads so far.
Uh,
What did I
we'd
miss?
have to visit. Well, we'd have to find a major seat of power in one of the upper planes if
Okay,
we
so
wanted to contact the Celestials. Um,
how are we gonna go about doing that? Like, there's got to be steps taken to get there. We're just not gonna.
First step would be to find a portal to the Outlands. From there, make our way to one of the gate towns in the Outlands. Then we take that to one of the outer planes, and from there we travel to a site.
I have a suggestion. So one of the gate towns has been demolished recently. It is good aligned. If we were to do something to try to undo that,
Right, 25%
then
of
maybe some good deities would be inclined to help us.
They'd probably have their eyes on us if we did something about that. I mean, even if the gate town is destroyed, the gate's gonna be there, or the portal's gonna be there anyway. That's just a thing. But oh, as to his question, I think if we go to our Vandor in Arborea, that would be the best place to look for Corellian Lotharian, who would no doubt have, which would be a good deity of the elves, who would no doubt be able to help us in our quest, and it would give. No, and I'm pretty sure we could probably find Celestials in the presence of a good aligned deity.
Well, I
Mr.
would guess that having freed some elves, perhaps he would look favorably upon us.
Mr.
Perhaps.
Mr. Sirius, the tiefling guy, he says, "Well, let's just assume you get this done. What do you prescribe that these, not the deity itself, but its followers, maybe its high priest? What are we gonna get here? Well, can you fill me in on
If we
what?
can get the favor and assistance of the Celestials, they can start banding. They can start working as an oppositional force
Are you saying
towards
you
the
are wanting
devils.
to muster an army of Celestials? I just want to be clear
They
here.
don't have to. It doesn't have to. I don't know what they would be doing, but
Why they would
the
be an army?
Archons, the Cardinals, and the other Celestials have a lot of power in various forms. If we could find a way to direct that power towards Asmodeus, because obviously they're trying to keep the Celestials away for a reason.
And then he kind of looks around the room. He says, "Well, number one, you'd have to restore that city or that area around that portal to be not as hostile to people coming through it. Am I not right?
Well,
Because from what I'm hearing is that the place is in ruins and it's basically patrolled by either demons or
perhaps,
devils.
but that's only one portal of many.
Okay, well, so you're gonna not go to that portal. You're gonna go to another portal
We
if
can,
that doesn't work out.
if we're going to visit Corellian, Lotharian, and Arborea, it's a different gate town entirely.
Oh, okay. So he kind of has a map.
I look at the map, and you're
Yeah.
talking about this one to Elysium. No, we'd be going over here.
Says how? Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. So you're recruiting that particular
Yeah, we
that
could,
god. Okay, I see.
and even then, we could get here. Let me scroll up here. There's more than one upper plane. We could go for Arcadia, Celestia, Bitopia, Arborea, Isgard, and the Beastlands.
All right. So we try to recruit or persuade the elven god to muster its troops to
At
uh,
least, or at the very least, work with our guild to exert pressure where we need it.
and that pressure being throughout the areas that you've said this doppelganger already have infiltrated these 9 universe, or I'm sorry, 5 universes. Is that correct?
Perhaps we could have assistance with one, like, for, let me see if I can give an example here. Um, for example, if we could get the Elven gods of Arborea to help us deal with some of the problems in, I don't know, Toro, let's say, that
Okay.
would help with us, or and we could get the gods of Bitopia for some to help us with, I don't know, Orith. It might
Okay.
make it would lessen the pressure that we have to deal with.
He says, "Well, if you can, sounds like a huge overtaking. Hopefully, you can get this resolved, going from
It's a
some of these
uh,
areas that you're describing."
the Celestials are a powerful force, just like the devils and the demons.
Well, that's true. Let's just hope that Sigil is not as powerful as we think. Because having Celestials just come in and take over the city is going to be, I would say, almost impossible. The chances are being very slim because we already know from what your information has told us 25% of the population is doppelgangers. That is a lot of people. Not only could they sabotage and burn down the city, the Lady of Pain might get involved, and then who knows what she's gonna do. So,
Here's the thing, though: if they aren't good, Celestials are typically aren't ones to start fights for no reason. So if we can get more of a presence of them, of a more of a presence or their presence in Sigil, we can slowly start. They can slowly start to exert their own
what's
influence of good in there, and we can take advantage of that pressure it will bring to the other fake factions. So
what
as it
guarantees do
were
we have
to
that this deity of yours is even going to help you? I mean, from what you're telling me, she's what, chaotic or?
Corellian Litharian, they care about elves. If there's so many elves being oppressed and through Sigil, they no doubt will want to help us. A lot
Oh,
of the chaotic gods very much value freedom.
well, we have guarantees that she can, help us
I
out.
can't
Then
guarantee that they'll help us with absolutely everything, but it doesn't hurt to try. If we can get the Celestials on our side, that's still that's a very powerful ally to have.
well, hopefully your persuasion check makes the DC. But you get the way, yeah. No, she. They say, okay, well, we're
I
all on
didn't. I,
board. Uh-huh.
out of character, man. That must be a real stingy Celestial to try and convince them not to help someone in need.
She's chaotic, bro. That's not, that's chaotic.
Chaotic good.
Well, um, okay, whatever. Look, man, if your persuasion is high enough, there's not going to be a problem.
Do you need a bardic inspiration?
Well, you guys know the deal. You know what's going to happen. So, let's not kid ourselves. All right, well, let's go back to the meeting room, and you guys, we can do something, or the RPing.
That would be a long term, or again, that would be a thing we could do
Yeah,
to
well,
help grow our influence is to gain powerful allies.
yeah, I'm in agreement.
And
All right,
since we can't trust the demons or the devils to do much of anything anymore, that leaves us with the Celestials.
to help out, yeah.
And it's not like they're weak; they're a very powerful force.
I, I'm, I'm all for it. If that's what you want to do, doesn't matter, whatever. All right, well, Will and Az, what do you guys
Uh,
think?
that's that's my suggestion. If we're gonna want to apply any kind of oppositional force to what's in situ at the moment, we're gonna need powerful allies.
It's true. So how do we gain the powerful allies' favor?
Well, I'm sure they may have something we could work out and
Well, let's
make
do
a
some
deal or
good stuff,
so,
and maybe they'll see that we're a force of good.
It says,
or at least in, or at least for we'll have a common enemy at the very least.
so these guys are
Victor,
just, uh-huh.
just to take another idea out of left field, um, is it possible that some agents in Mechanus might aid us against Asmodeus? Not necessarily out of being lawful, but perhaps out of preserving neutrality in Sigil.
Says yeah, that's a possibility. You'd have to make a pretty,
Maybe the Modrons, maybe, but you would have to be really, really good at like lawyer speak for that.
yeah. I mean, they're lawful. I mean, you're gonna,
I mean, they are absolutely lawful. If they think
right.
like something isn't natural, they will try to correct it. But you do have the inevitables.
Yeah, I mean, well, the enablers are contract based, wouldn't that?
Yeah, but they also tend to be deployed when things get too out of whack, so they try to
Oh
restore
yeah.
order.
Well,
Maybe we
uh,
approach them once we have some evidence of the time dragon manipulation.
out of character
Well,
yet.
out of character, we
Yeah,
know.
we
Out
don't
of
know that.
character, we don't know that.
Yeah, we haven't
Uh,
gotten to the Doc Brown Act 2.
It's why I haven't mentioned time dragon shenanigans because that's my character doesn't know anything about that.
Yeah, that's gonna take another layer for you guys to, because you already see the big picture. Now you're gonna have to deal with time travel, which is it'll happen, but
And
not
then,
right
to be
now.
honest, once we start getting into time travel shenanigans, none of this is gonna fucking matter.
Yeah, I was. That was basically what he just said is what is correct because if you start messing around here and then you just kind of wasted your time because you could always have changed it to from the it's something it's time travel logic. I don't think we have to go through that.
Chronomancy sucks.
Yeah, I mean
It makes your brain hurt.
yeah, you'd have to kind of think about it for a while. But we're not going to go through that until we meet Mr. Doc Brown in the future.
All right. So, but for now, just so we can have something, if we have something to do, out of characters, so we have something to do. If you guys want to just like do a quick escort over to the city, we can
Yeah,
drop them
yeah.
off and return.
Kind of want to
That
show
way,
you
the
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 the city.
DM can have his encounter that he probably wants.
Well, this is a cool map. I mean, I want you guys to get all into it.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that. Or there's a thing in Sigil where we can, you know, hunt down some doppelgangers and stop them from infiltrating more of the city,
Yeah, I
which
mean,
then would
there's
help more the use of corruption. So
Do you
either
have a
if you
way
get
of
information with,
reliably locating them?
yeah, he gave us information last time.
Okay, but do
There's
you have a way of reliably outing one?
well, you
no, we
know
just
that
shut down the whole thing.
the factals are doppelgangers, but the thing is, they're guarded. I mean, they're leaders for a reason, and they're just not gonna be. If you kill, as an example, if you kill one of the CEOs of a company, of course, people are gonna get involved, right? So.
I mean, if you kill him, he reverts back to a doppelganger body, but
Right, but then they're gonna say, "Hey, they just killed the CEO of this company, and that's not good."
who
The
is
company,
the doppelganger?
yeah, and then who's in charge of the company now? And it's a big thing, right? So just heads up on that one. It's a big thing to kill like a doppelganger. So you know, just wanted to mention that.
Well, I did notice that Factol Hashkar wasn't exactly traveling with a large bodyguard. Uh,
Oh, the
he,
factual. Well, it's you're remember you're in New York, and they run the city. They rule everything. So if you try any
They are.
shenanigans, then you're gonna,
They also were in a relatively safe part of town.
yeah, yeah. Just make sure you guys know they don't care about people like you. They don't give a shit. They run the city. If you start fucking with them, there's gonna be some problems. So they rule. They own, run, and rule. So keep that a heads up on that one.
well, I'm not too impressed with the hornet's nest we supposedly stirred up when Magistrate 3 went missing.
Look, they're not they just do as they're told. Will I mean you already know that Asmodeus is in charge. They're only there to run the company. Is basically what I'm trying to say. But you can do what you want if you want to.
Yeah, carry on. Let's go find something to hit tonight.
Yeah, you could go back to Sigil and do a take out the fact toll. That's totally cool. Not a problem there. But 25% of the population is not going to be too happy with you because they work in as a collective. Heads up on that one. We also, I would recommend if you haven't seen the movie Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1979, I think it was. It's it's one of the best movies. I would say it's one of my top 10.
But is it as good as Trash Cans of Terror?
I had never heard of that. I don't even. Is that a
You
movie?
really need to watch that. It's a movie. It's a shitty movie. We're talking this entire movie had a budget of $200.
Well, I'll maybe Google it tonight, but maybe.
So bad. It's so bad it's good. All
Yeah,
right.
so if we were looking at an escort duty, then maybe we could pick that up.
Yeah, well. All right, I think I might change the map, but here's you know the how the map is set up now. Everything is pretty much what you see is what you get. We already know the place is mostly swampland, so heads up on the difficult terrain if that's a thing with you. Or if you're flying, I think I've mentioned invisible stalkers and flaming skulls and all sorts of maybe demons that are kind of around and about. You know the deal, guys. I'll have an encounter and we'll take it over and then call it a night, maybe. I don't know. Or you'll make it to the city and then we'll do a little RP and that'll be it. That's usually the the session.
Not always demons here. Anything that could live in a swamp could be found here.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I can think of 4 or 5 encounters right now. Whether you want to fly or not.
Not to mention the natives, which would be any kind of humans or anything. But there's lots of people who live here, whether by choice or not.
Yeah. Yeah, guys. Whatever.
All right, I just got word from Mito. He said he's probably not going to be here for another month or two.
Oh, cool, cool. All right. Well then, I'll
If I
keep him
I
on.
get booted, I can just ask to
No,
be reinvited.
I even told you at the beginning of the campaign. I was like, no, I'm not gonna boot him because I think he did say he was gonna wait a month. So I was like, let's just wait. All right. Well,
Let's do it.
are we
Which
doing an
road are we
encounter?
taking?
Or what do you
Uh,
guys want to do? Sigil or out in the woods?
I
I
think we're gonna
like the
take
idea
the
of an escort.
What was that? I didn't hear somebody. Will, what was that?
Yeah, I like the idea of an escort.
Escort. All right, we got one for the escort. Do we have two? Do I hear
for the
two?
escort. I think all 3 of us.
All right, we have two. All right, you're outvoted, Mr. Silver. All right, well, let me go ahead
I
and.
didn't mind either. All right.
All right, well, let's rock and
So,
roll.
fun fact with this place, there's no sky, and that there's no sun. It's just a string of orbs going into the distance
Well, I mean,
endlessly.
there's technically a skyline from the images that I saw.
Well, no, there's a featureless black void, which is punctuated by a string of orbs, which are the worlds, air quote, of this place.
Well,
There's no sun.
well, let me.
All of the light from this place is emanated from the ground, and so it goes up.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. Is this not correct?
So, yeah. What?
On the Discord, I just put an image up. Is that not a good depiction of?
No, actually, because it's just a black void with a string of pearls going off endlessly into the distance.
All right. Well, I would. Okay. Well, whatever you think you
The
see.
lighting is right though. It's red.
Yeah, you
Well,
must have the wrong cosmology there, Mr. Dean.
can somebody point? Look, if I'm wrong, can somebody give me a pic? Because I kind of want to see it
Sure.
in my mind's eye. I kind of want
Okay,
to
let me pull one up for you here.
imagine a scene of the place. I'm not. I'm googling. I'm not seeing anything other than this. Oh, this one's pretty cool. Let me send this one out. Copy. This one is really nice. I like this one.
I have to say, I'm not finding many photos of Carceri on Instagram.
No,
On the
because
Nano
this
page,
is like a 2D, a D&D thing.
Are you
So,
posting it on the Discord? Because I'm not seeing it.
no, he's saying he couldn't find much of anything. So that's probably on point because it's an AD&D setting.
All right.
You're
Well,
saying it's sort of a tourist trap.
well, I'm gonna depict the first picture because again, you kind of have to know that there's a sky and so on and so forth. All right. So let me put you on the swampland. All right. So the meeting is up. Let me go ahead and just end the meeting as a RP. All right, so Mossbound, she kind of looks at all the faction leaders, and they say apparently Lisa's got a very compelling argument for her ideas. Let's have a vote on whether you think she should steer the ship, and all the faction leaders think that your idea is good, even though again they're most of them are anarchists, and but something needs to be done about what you think should be done for the end of the world or the killing of Asmodeus or whatever. You're in charge. And all right, so the meeting's up. They take you outside. They have a
Quick
wagon.
question for you, Mr. Dia.
Yeah.
Here in this meeting room, there are some unnamed townfolk running around. Are they all human?
Well, I did. I didn't have time to change the name to faction members, so they're technically just faction members. The total group or number of people in his faction are maybe 100 or 120 or whatever Mr. Silver wants it to be. So I'm just putting more than the 6 in order to make sure that that there's more than the 6 major NPCs that Mr. Silver created. I'm just going by what Silver's given me. All right, well, there's more than the 6 is what I'm trying to say. Questions about that, Will?
Oh, that's fine. Carry on.
All right. Mr. Al, do you have anything you want to bring up? Any side ideas, maybe?
No, I think we got the one for now.
All right. Well, since we're all on the same page, let me go ahead and try to kill you now. So I'm glad we're all in agreement. So let's see, where is my swamp?
Basically, you have these string of orbs that stretch off into the blank sky, and the only lighting is from the orbs themselves, which is a reddish tint.
This is good enough. All right, let's rock and roll. Get this guy out of there.
That's like the closest thing I could find on notice.
You know what? I'll put the trail in there. Give me one sec. I want to tidy up the map, but let me put you guys in real fast. All right, put you guys down there.
Any
All right.
idea who might be escorting him to the end?
Yeah, I'm putting let me turn down the music. Yeah, let me put the trail. So grab that and then that and then city dirt roads. All right, that's better. Let me just take that. Let me make it bigger. All right, while you guys are looking at whatever you're looking at, there is a wagon. It's a stagecoach type of wagon, guys. They're bringing all 50 of the elves with you. So there's maybe about 3 or 4 stage wagons. I'll put 4 in on the map, but for now, do you guys have any ideas or plans on what you think you should be doing? Oh, if you're doing buffs, so on and so forth. This would probably be a good time to get all that figured out. If you're doing buffs or whatever. All right, let me. Put it.
Yeah, I'm gonna munch on a root before any of this for the day, just so I can get my temp hit points.
Yeah, let me put a wagon.
I forgot
on
the
map.
root thing, so well.
I do have a passive perception of 17, so anything 17 or lower, I would auto spot.
All right.
I'm gonna buff with Armor of Agathis.
I'm only gonna put 3 coaches here, guys. No need for me to just fucking swamp the map with all these coaches. Then I gotta put the.
Oh, we got a fancy one.
Yeah, it's.
Cool.
I bought this. Might as well use it.
I can't move my token now because you put it on top of us.
Okay. Well then. There you go. And put the. I'm gonna put lizard mounts. Lizard mounts are good. Lizard.
Did you know one of the common ways people travel here is by human skin air balloon?
Yeah, I read that part. I didn't. You know what? I didn't want to make a thing out of it because it's just gonna completely take the campaign way over there.
Yeah, I agree.
'cause-
You should just leave that out.
Yeah, there's just too much shit that I could put into the game, but it's just gonna. I'm like, god damn.
This was like your chance for your prison fantasy
Yeah, I was thinking about that,
that
but
you've
I was
always wanted to do.
like, yeah.
Well, they were all bad guys, right?
Oh, the who do you mean
The contributors to the balloon.
Yeah, they're supposedly all evil people. But again, I didn't really. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that.
He's not gonna go the adrenochrome
Yeah,
skin
I'm
route.
like, yeah. I mean, we got to get to the Doc Brown part, and that's just gonna be a thing. And then now the guys are gonna have to worry about meeting up with a deity that might or might not help them, which is another thing. All right, so what you get, what you see is what you get. If your vision is not good enough, that's not my problem. All right, so let me turn down. It's a little too bright in here. Lightning. All right, let's rock and roll. This is much better. All right. Whether you might or might not see anything, Mr. What? Passive perception of 17?
Yeah, passive at 17. So if it's 17 or lower, I would spot it.
All right.
Yeah, my
Otherwise-
passive was pretty high.
Otherwise, I make perception rolls.
All right. Well, you can definitely hear something coming from the. Let me fix that. It's a little bit too small. You see an abandoned tower in the upper right-hand corner because of your. You might not see it. Well, you hear something coming from that direction. It's making a lot of noise, sort of like you hear whispering. Let me turn down the music, guys. All right, so you can hear some thumping, some crates crashing down. You might hear whispers that if you make your, I'm just gonna say it, abysmal. No need to waste our time with that. Do you have that? If you don't,
Abysmal.
okay. Do you hear abysmal? You understand abysmal is what I'm saying, correct?
I don't understand it, but I can understand that there's some kind of language being spoken.
All right. Well, you definitely can hear whispers of a language being spoken, but you don't know shit about like, oh, I see R2D2. Let's grab him and take him onto our ship. Kind of interpretation there. So you can definitely hear something from that direction. You can also hear some swamp creatures on the left side that seem to be coming in your direction. Whether they're going to be attacking you, you can't tell. You're going to have to investigate, or maybe they're breeding, or they're fighting other wildlife in the area. You don't know, but you can definitely hear what sounds like, alligators or something. You can make a knowledge nature check of 18 if you want to, try to figure out what it is. Not a problem. So, okay.
20.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, you can definitely hear some. Actually, can you make a demons are religion, right, guys? Right?
Mm,
Yeah, I shouldn't have said nature. I should have said religion. Okay. All right. Well, Mr. Dude, got it. Azel, you from Sigil. You've heard these guys talk. Jovox. If you don't know what they are, You can Google it, but that's what you hear. Jov, something like that.
There's a bunch of Jovok around
They're coming from the southeast. I'm sorry,
from the
northwest.
southeast.
I'm sorry, northwest.
Okay.
Correction.
Northwest.
Yeah, Jova.
Northwest. Okay. If it's
Yeah,
what I think it is, then we don't want to
Jovaxian.
get into melee combat with it.
Well, if there's something on either side which you can investigate or whatever. You've heard the whispers of Jovox before. Are they coming in your direction? Yes. Are they going to attack? Maybe. Probably. You can do your thing and figure out what's going on. But you've definitely heard these people talk before, and they're coming in your direction. What say you?
I say we prepare for battle.
JOVOC, right?
JOV. There's 3 of you, so 6 is the max. May the force be with you. Again, I might not attack. I'll ask the dice, but what's going on? And they can't fly, so I wouldn't, freak out, guys. Again, you make your check. You know what they can do. Unless they have a flying potion, which, could happen. As a matter of fact,
All right.
I'll ask the dice whether they have flying potions.
Oryx, I'd say we can hear there's something coming to the northeast, and
There's an abandoned building to the north.
there's something coming from the northwest, and there's some kind of voices going on in the tower ahead. I'd say get the wagons back and assume to be safe, I'd assume a defensive position. Most things here are unfriendly and will rob or mug or raid you at the slightest opportunity.
I mean, how do we get the wagons there?
The wagons that are emanating from light from torches. Yeah, those wagons. Yeah, I don't know. You tell me.
I would say snuff the torches first thing, and then turn them around.
Well, you have elven children that are more than likely going to start crying and freaking out. So, what do you think? And you have women folk. Yeah, not every elven woman is a brave warrior. So,
Yeah. Regardless of what they do, what we need to do, the first thing we need to do there, Oryx, is you need to get into a defensive position between whatever's coming from the northeast and this caravan here.
Well, are we sort of in a defensive position?
I'll go take a quick. I'll go take a quick look up ahead, see what I can spot. In which case, I need to 24 stealth. I still should have the bardic inspiration you gave me from earlier, which is a D4 still.
Oh, it only lasts 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there goes that idea.
No, that's fine. That's a 24 stealth check as I go into the darkness. Up head to scout.
All right, I'm making some checks here. Persuade.
And I can see someone over there.
Perception.
Can he see me?
Well,
He
that's 12.
has.
Let me do it for the other guys.
I mean, we could use dust disappearance and make all of us disappear, including the caravans, and maybe the threat will bypass us.
Well, I see 2 of them within my vision. We have the same vision range, so they didn't
What was
spot
the
me.
DC? Because I made
16 and a 12. My DC is 24.
Oh, let me let me roll for all of them. So let me do it.
Well, they have a no modifier to their perception, so they cannot spot me.
Okay, well, all right, Brainiac. What else do you have in?
Well, I'm just saving you the time.
All right. Yeah. So you got me, dude. I can't hear you. I don't know what you want to do. It's your surprise
Edge,
move.
edge of my radius here. I know those are demons, and they are coming at the caravan. Let's just
Got a surprise attack.
yeah,
On it.
surprise. I will have advantage on this.
The other guys will jump on you. That's a good idea, I guess.
Well, I guess it's a good thing I have cunning action that will let me reestablish stealth.
You motherfucker. Are you guys gonna help this fucking cheater? He's a cheater. Like to cheat.
He's a rogue. Come on, they got good
I
stealth
can
and good
never.
stuff.
I'm never gonna spot him.
They got good
That's why he's a
skills.
cheater.
I mean, they get the double skill thing at first level, a few skills. So he took what he should do. This is normal.
It is normal, but it's not fair for me because I need to kill you.
Oh, who cares about fair for you?
I can't spot him after this. Oh, whatever, mother.
Well, surely one of your demons by now is carrying a bag full of wands of magic missiles.
Well, that's a possibility. If he starts pissing me off, I'm probably gonna have to do that.
I don't think that'll work either. So just
Well,
magic
I
missiles
mean,
ones we can get.
I'm just gonna attack your goddamn wagon and I'll forget about Mr. Stealthy. You ever think about that? Well, because that's
I'm
what
not
I'm gonna do.
stealthy at all.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm gonna attack you instead of
Damn
Mr.
it. Yeah, no
Mr.
problem.
Stealthy.
Good thing I
All right, so that guy just
changed
got
stuff
hit.
up.
I assume.
All right, yeah, let's start the initiative. I'm gonna roll my guys. Are you done with your surprise or what?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, I'm rolling. And right, let's rock and roll. If I can get close to you guys, I should be somewhat of a threat, even though they're CR1. But I haven't rolled these guys in a while, and I said, yeah, these guys are good.
They're actually good if they can get them next to you because
Yeah,
of that.
yeah, that's right. Well, I tried. That's the main point. All right, well, let's start the.
Unfortunately, I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, I mean, you made your check, so you know pretty much everything. All right, Lee says you're on. Wait a minute. What the hell happened to my guys? Oh, yeah, they're.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, they're.
Yovok 4 and 3. I
Yeah,
see
they're in the
rolled.
group. I'll have to investigate how to get rid of that, but whatever. I'll get it.
Right. So move there, target that guy. Stealth.
Well, yeah, it's.
Add another D6 from sneak attack.
Man, your initiatives are crazy. They're always fucking high.
I also roll it with advantage because of my sentinel shield.
True. Yep. So you want us to stay away from them? I want to understand the tactics as we start.
I'm doing hit and run for now, but I would say we want to try and keep them away as much as we can, because if they get into melee contact with you, you're going to be sharing damage with them.
You know what? I need to add another guy. It's not fair for me. It's not fair for me, guys. All right. Well, are you done?
All right, so I did my action.
God. Yeah, my guy's on pretty much almost good. Not cool, man.
Next turn.
All right. Okay, let's rock and or row. Okay. This is a challenging campaign. You guys know it is. So, do I have a potion of flying? That's a no. Okay. All right. Well, I can a dash. I have.
It is bog, so which would be difficult terrain.
Oh, God. See, this is why I need to cheat. All right, so let me move my guy. Just half his movement. Okay.
Well, if you go to the road, you could solve that problem.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
that's
it's
not
the road.
working now, sir. All right, just
Like I
that.
can't see them, so don't matter.
All right. You
I
guys.
only spotted you ahead of time because I had the goggles of night on, giving me 120 feet of dark vision.
Yeah,
Well,
why is my vision so low at the moment? It should be 60. I guess I'll check that.
You should have 60.
yeah, it's off the cheap
It's
side
that
now.
50 for some reason. Let me double check.
That's weird.
Yeah, I'll double check it real quick. You have senses 60. Configure token.
Let me take a whiz there.
Okay.
Yeah, you have 60 feet of vision according to this.
Yeah, no, according to it, yeah, I was just like, what's going on?
Yeah, you should have 60. Looks like you have 60. But it,
Mine shows 47 and a half.
oh, all right, let me just let me just reset something here. Dark vision. 60 feet. Prototype token. Vision. Yeah. Is it dark vision or basic? Dark vision? Okay. How about now?
Check it.
I might have to add your token back onto the map just to check.
Still 47 and a half.
No, it updated with a new token. So what's your current 19.10? Just gonna delete this token here. I can't
Oh
delete
yeah,
that token for some reason.
I'll delete it. Yeah, the other token definitely has bigger range. Thanks for that. I'll delete this one.
Then I'll add this back on with the 9.
Oh shit, I
That
deleted the wrong one.
All right. So we
we're fixing a technical problem.
ah,
All right, so you're there. We'll add you back on to the initiative with 19. Update participant. You had 19.10. There you go. That should fix your problem.
Yeah, no, thank you. That did. Definitely the range looks better. I got nothing I can do, so I'm going to stay here and hold my action. And if something comes within my range, I'm going to cast a spell on it, and the spell will be Sacred Flame. So if one of the Jovics or whatever they're called, Jovox, come with range, I'm going to cast Searing Flame on it.
all right. All right.
But
That
should I move somewhere, Lisa, or should I stay right here by the caravan? I think I should stay right here.
I would say I can't see anything around me other than the things to the northwest, so I'd say move a little bit to the northwest, maybe like 5 or 10 feet. Not too far from the road.
Got it. That'll end my turn there. Like I said, holding my action if something comes within my. When the Jovox come within range, I'm going to hit it with the Searing Smite or whatever it's called.
all right.
Sacred Flame. That's it, yeah.
Regularly. All right. Well, then I will go with my guys. All right.
Well,
Does
we
Duncan
did. You did skip him.
Oh, who did I
Yeah.
skip? Done.
done.
Oh, sorry. All right, done. What's up?
All right, I'm gonna use the bonus action to give a bardic inspiration to Lisa. And then I will prepare cast a vicious mockery to cast upon the first enemy in my sight.
Gotcha.
And then that's the end of my turn.
All right. Let me get my guy. Okay. I'm just gonna dash. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm just gonna dash. Right there. Go to the next guy. Ooh. All right, go right here. This guy's already moved, so next. Heal. Automatic heal. I'm gonna ask the dice whether I can fly, because that's fair, and that's a yes. All right, let's rock and roll. Let me fly up. I action, drink my potion. I will go up 30 in height, and that'll be it. All right. That guy, yeah, let's make it challenging. Okay, that's a no. So no more no more tries for me to fly, guys. It's it after this round. All right, let me move dash. Cause that's
It'd be
really,
30 feet in a bog, because
yeah,
half speed.
yeah, the greenie, it's working. All right, the ruler's working. All right, Leaf, what's the word, Thunderbird?
Okay. Move back over here. Just check range here, see if I need to use my feather arrows to get you or not. Nope, you're still within range at 30 feet.
Dude, what is the you got 120 feet range or what?
150, the longbow's effective range is 150 feet.
Ah, God.
Then you get
With disadvantage out to 600 feet.
Yeah,
But
600
I have
feet.
Yeah.
but I have feather arrows which negate that.
Oh.
So
Whoa. Okay. Well then, whatever.
I'm under there.
but you're within 150
Shine.
feet, so I don't need to use my feather arrows
Yeah, but
to
definitely
avoid,
don't
to
feel
avoid
bad.
disadvantage.
Definitely don't feel bad about having flying potions, because this is
So
bullshit.
I'm gonna use the leech arrow on you instead with advantage.
Of course. I'm probably not even gonna get close to you guys. You dude,
Oh, a
He's
couple of
dead.
them might.
ain't that?
Well, he's dead. All right, cunning action. As a bonus action, I do a stealth check since I'm in the dark,
Oh
and
man,
I'll use the rest of my move.
this is not cool, man. Maybe one guy has a chance, but you're probably gonna blow him out of the sky before I get to you. All right, well, what are you gonna do?
That guy was flying, so I had to get rid of him so that he
Right.
could not. Yeah, the others are still stuck on the ground.
You know what you could do is like, maybe attack
But
your allies or something.
yeah, just I got tired of these fucks. Let me just shoot them with a giant leech.
All right. Well, not okay. Well, I'll try
I
something.
mean, I did. To be fair, I did tell you this whole place is swamp.
No. It's just that I was hoping to roll better for my flying potions, but what are you gonna do? All right, orcs.
Sometimes the dice are just not in your favor.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not.
Sorry,
It's
it's
not
my turn.
fault.
Cool. Yep, got
I
it.
tried. All right. Well, somebody gonna do something or?
They are still up against the northeast of y'all. I'd say about a good 80
Yeah.
or 90 feet away.
So my action was stop. So I'm going to move a little bit north.
So I would assume you lost that spell that you readied on.
He was preparing a cantrip, yeah.
So I'm going to prepare the same cantrip. And that'll end my turn right there. That's my full move, preparing a cantrip.
Oh, okay.
So if they come within my range of 60 feet, I'll hit them.
Alrighty.
Or I'll attempt to, I should say.
All right, Mr. Dunn, what do you think? Got any arrows or whatever?
I will cast heroism upon Oryx.
I will say, if you've got the option, hit them with radiant damage.
Yep, that's what the Searing Smiter really is. Dunn is suffering from the 47.5-foot goggles as well.
Is he? Let me check. It says fit 60 feet when I click on him.
Interesting.
Yeah, it looks like 60 to me.
Yeah.
Yes. So let me just double check. You can see 60 feet done?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it was just the angle I was going at. Okay, ignore me.
Yeah, because I measured him and it says 60 feet.
All right, so I have cast heroism upon Oryx. So, Oryx, at the start of each turn, you gain 3 temporary hit points.
Please don't cast heroism on me because I got already temporary hit points for something else.
Oh, okay. Lisa,
I've also got temporary hit points.
What? Say again.
I've also got temporary hit points for
So
now.
hold off. Wait a little bit. It will come in handy a bit later, but I appreciate that.
The thought is good, but there's a better opportunity later.
Alrighty. So then I will just cast a Bardic Inspiration upon Oryx.
Thank you.
And end my turn.
All right.
Gentlemen, the Bardic Inspiration can be used on any attack rolls, saving throw, or skill check, as well as any damage or healing roll.
Nice.
All right. Okay, I think I can. Yeah, I might as well dash. Try to get as close to Mr. Dude. Hopefully, I can do some damage. Okay, back here.
Okay, so you definitely get an attack on him, so I'll target him.
All right, if you got to do a reaction, go ahead. Because I'm done.
He had a prepared action.
Well, whatever. Hopefully, I don't take that much damage.
Well, he succeeded the save, so nothing happened.
All right.
Nothing happened. I tried.
Okay, so that guy's done. Well, I guess that's it. Huh. Yeah, that's it.
Add D6 for sneak attack. And he has a leech on him, dealing a D4 every turn until he takes it off.
Oh, man. I'm not
Those
gonna
leech arrows.
get close to you guys, man. That's not cool.
Alright, cunning action. Actually, I gotta get a bit farther away from this guy now to activate it, so let's get behind this rock here, and then I can activate it. There we go.
Yeah, my flying guy. Not doing good. Oh, he's dead already. Jesus.
Yeah, he was the first one I targeted.
Well, yeah, wow. What are you gonna do?
Because I didn't want him bypassing the bog.
Oh man, if I would have rolled a flying potion for all the guys, that would have been so sweet.
All right.
I gotta bombard you guys.
It is in fact that guy's turn.
All right. Well, let me see if I can get. All right. Well, 30. All right, 30. It is. Next guy. All right. Well, you see a couple of them getting a little close to you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, if you hit them with radiant damage, they won't regenerate.
Well, he's making the save, so they'll let me turn.
All right. All right, Mr. Don, you can hear a couple of Jovox running towards you.
Yeah, they're getting pretty close now.
Oh, running, you say?
Well, yeah, through heavy terrain, so yeah, dashing.
They don't look to like they have any weapons on them.
Splashing.
He's gonna start flying. Okay.
I am indeed going to start flying. So I pull out my broom of flying, and I say the command word to make it fly. And I'm going to head up 50 feet, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Doesn't say like 30 feet for.
The
He's
broom has
light.
a speed of 60.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, that's gonna be my guy.
It's 30. It's 30 feet if it's carrying over 200 pounds.
All right. Well, let me 30 on that guy.
So what you're saying is I should get my broom of fly and go up 30 feet, and then these guys can't hurt us?
Yeah,
They
I
don't look
mean,
like
you
how.
know.
Yeah, they don't look like they're holding any weapons.
I mean, I can only do so much with my guys.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if you get out of their reach, they're probably just gonna dart for the wagon.
True. I
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
stay here.
yeah.
Protect them. Yep. I got to be a target.
Yeah.
Good thing I decided this time I'm going with the full plate out earlier, and my gauntlets of ogre power, so I could actually use it.
All right, get on the road. Hopefully, I don't die, and I can get next to somebody. Hopefully. All right. Well, you see one of the Jovax on the trail, on the road.
All right, Yovok chose not to take the leech off, so the first thing that happens is he gets a D4 of damage. All right, now I attack him.
All right.
He's dead.
Well, there goes that. Anything else before you slaughter my guys or what?
So we'll move him out of the way. All right, the other guys are far enough away that I can use cunning action to reestablish stealth where I'm at. And that's my turn.
All right. Wait a minute. What the hell? Hold on. Oh, it was my turn. This guy. Let me move him. Let me dash. And that'll be it for him. All right. So, Done. Did you go? I just want to make sure I didn't pass you.
He flew.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
fine.
okay. Yeah. All right. Well, my next guy is.
It's me. Yep.
All right. Well, yeah. I say rush towards them. That's what I think.
He took 4 radiant damage. There we go.
Are you supposed to?
And that
run?
shuts off his regeneration.
You were supposed to run towards them.
Yeah. Well, I did 4. Yeah, these cantrips suck right now, but that's okay.
All right.
I'm not done. I was going to move.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. All right. You just if you're next, just yeah.
There we go.
All right, Mr. Dunn. What's the plan? I say you run
Well, he's
towards
still-
them. That's
he's
Forward
complete-
enough.
He's completely safe now. He can just run forward.
yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, you can see him now.
Yeah, so I'm going to target the nearest enemy. All right. Yeah, and then I'll cast Scorching Ray with my Circlet of Blasting.
All right. Well, that didn't work. Or no, it didn't work
Seems
for
like
me.
he's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't make the save.
So no. I think William has to do something. It's giving him disadvantage on the attack roll for whatever reason.
Uh, yeah, I don't know about that.
Let me check.
Maybe because of the vision.
Yeah, he could see him.
Oh, you got me.
Is it cover?
Maybe it's something from his stats or something. I thought this thing told you key press, so I guess not.
All right, try it. Try it again. I'm gonna delete this. I don't know why it gave you disadvantage. So try it again.
You got to apply it or something.
It probably has to make the roll.
Right.
Well, it's telling me I have no more uses left, so I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
I can find a use.
How many
Let me just restore that. Circlet of Blasting. There you go. You should have the uses back now.
All right. Hopefully I make it. All right. I
Nice.
make it. Fucking A.
Well, I think that was my attack room.
Yep, now you do your damage.
Well,
Yeah, he's
Scorching
just.
Ray- yeah,
It's an attack roll.
Yeah, Scorching Ray is an attack.
Yeah, so he hit you.
And then we get 2 more rays, is that right?
Oh yeah, you did. Jesus.
Yep,
All
3
right.
rays, so you get 2 more.
Mother grabber. I'm just hoping I don't die.
I think I'll have to roll that manually because it doesn't look like it's going to let
Yeah,
me
you have to roll it
it-
manually.
I
run
did
another
6.
attack.
Is that not it? Or...
Yeah, D20 plus 5.
Well, you guys should have gone. Well,
Nice hit.
And
Roll your 2d6.
I'd say just roll the third one now.
True. Yeah, why not? Nice hit. Roll your 4d6.
All
Minus
right.
13.
Well, I'm not dead yet.
Nope, but he also
You
does
can't
not have
regenerate.
regeneration this turn.
Well, whatever. Is that it, Mr. Dunn?
Yes.
All right. Let me move back. Well, there's not. I gotta do. I can't do anything. I gotta run. All right. So,
They should have been sneakier.
well, you know what are you gonna? Somebody has a
They're still-
24 bullshit stealth. I mean, what the fuck, man? Let me move 30.
I know, a rogue is trying to be sneaky.
Well, you know,
Yeah, I think each time he's saying you should send a guy in like a full plate armor out there to scout.
I thought these guys were a good encounter.
They would have been if they didn't have to crawl through a bog.
No, well, yeah, let's move forward here. I don't have to hear about how these guys suck. I get it.
And that guy's dead. We'll just move him out of the way.
Well,
The swamp claims another soul.
2 guys left,
Oh.
I got you.
All right, so there's that. We'll go back into the rocks and
So, Don,
reestablish
you're
stealth.
saying how many demons have we killed? Well, we're gonna have killed like 4. So let's put it on our
Yeah.
tally.
I mean, I don't know why it matters if they're demons or not. I mean, you get.
Because we want to get on the good side so we can the tally
Oh,
of the demons and
yeah.
devils we slayed.
I got you. All right, Lisa, I don't know, whatever you doing.
Okay, I killed one, moved back into the dark rocks, and reestablished stealth. That's my turn.
Right, all right. The guy next to the
They're,
lizards.
yeah, they're close to the
Kills.
road now, so they're probably going to start dashing towards you.
I wonder if I could barely. Maybe it'll work. We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 2 guys left, and difficult terrain. Well, this guy at the top might be. Yeah, but the ranger's probably gonna get me before I get close to anybody.
There, I got him with radiant damage, and that ends my turn.
All right. All right, Mr. Dunn. You hear 2 coming from the northwest. Boom.
Alrighty, I'll throw one charge of wand of magic missiles at it.
All right.
One charge?
Yeah, just one.
It doesn't give you the apply or something, or
I think he has to do it manually, unfortunately.
all right.
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause that's still 3d4
Oh, it's an
plus
item.
3.
That's why I got.
Yeah, 3d4 plus 3.
I guess,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because you technically get more missiles if you use it one charge at a time, but
Absolutely, that's what we want to do.
sometimes you just want to put
10.
out like a bunch of damage at once.
All right. Well, 10 is not enough to kill me. So, is that it, Mister?
Which one were you attacking?
The one that's further south?
So this one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, minus 10.
Oh, damn. Is that it, Mr. Don? You wanna move? Oh no, you already moved. Oh.
Yeah, I keep clicking in turn.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully it'll move
I
next
got you.
month.
All right.
There you go.
Let me. This is difficult. I'm not in difficult anymore, people. So that was 20 feet. So I have 10 feet left, and that's 10 feet right there. Okay. I can. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna dash. Therefore, I get 30 more, making it 50. All right. Let's rock and roll. And my next guy. I'm gonna apply healing to that guy, Mr. Silver.
He took radiant damage. You can't heal him.
It was the other one that you.
Okay, so
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did. He can't.
all right.
He can't heal this turn.
Let me dash, and that's gonna be it for my guys. All right. Hopefully, I can blow somebody up. Perhaps, maybe. May the gods be with me.
Maybe hit the guy on the road, and I'll hit him and back up.
Honestly, I think I'd be more prone to just killing a wounded one, so that's less
Okay,
attacks
sounds good.
going forward.
Yeah, our retribution. It's not too much damage. 1d8.
But I'd rather only one person attacking you than 2.
Sounds good.
Pack tactics. Okay.
All right, hit him with a leech and sneak attack. So let me roll sneak attack.
All right. Well, you took care of my regeneration, so.
So minus 5. 1 hit point in a dream.
Okay. Wow. Hey, it was an interesting encounter.
All right.
Is that it?
Move back behind the rock. uh, use the bardic inspiration to make it an 18.
All right. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Okay, I'm going to use one a magic missile and do one missile on the wounded guy and two on the fresh guy. And then I'm going to move. So the wounded guy is dead
Yeah,
because minimum damage
he's
is
got
two.
one hit point. He's dead.
Yeah, I would have done my thing, but I was afraid he's just going to make the saving throw and nothing happens.
All right. All right.
And the other guy takes 8 points. And then I move. Yeah, that'll end my turn.
All right, Mr. Dunn. What's the word? You got one last guy in front of you.
Yeah, I guess we'll just throw one more charge of Wand of Magic Missiles at it.
Okay. We got to be within, what, 5 feet? Let me just double check.
He's 50 feet in there.
Yeah. Within 10 feet. I'll just.
Yeah, the retribution thing. That's
Yeah.
what I want. Yeah.
Yeah, he's too far away. It's got to be within 10. So, there goes that. Unless he doesn't kill me, then. Oh, yeah, well, he killed me. All right, well, hey. I tried. I thought it was a cool encounter.
It was a cool encounter. Guaranteed it had us worried. Let's put it that way. Anytime you can make us have fear and have to figure out how to defeat your enemies, you're doing a great job.
Well, I didn't kill anybody, so that makes me feel bad inside. All right, so you guys are able to get past all this commotion. Actually, on the left side, there was going to be some more. They were going to be the same Joe Bucks guys. Just a heads up on that. All right, so you finally make it to the city, and you basically notice that it's more of a kind of like a market type of city. Everybody's kind of hustling and bustling. There are some people that kind of look at you sideways because, again,
I do have a my hood up to hide my face because I am wanted here.
Okay, well, you know what? Since you seem to know about the area, well, again, you're the one that created this area. Can you fill us in on this baddie and all that good stuff? Because you're the one, that gives is creating the story. So, what's going on with the baddie? What's
Basically, there's a tyrant operating this city with an iron fist. The whole place is slowly has been kind of going to shit, so to speak, over a long period of time. But he's been using his power and authority to make it like appear as if nothing wrong, even though it's shit. I am one of the few who's managed to escape, so there's kind of a bounty on my head from this guy.
Oh, okay. All right, so go ahead. I don't know.
I mean, the whole place. That's wrong. The whole place is surrounded by a sickly forest, which has a stone wall around it.
Uh-huh.
So if you, as basically, I would say, as you're coming close through it, you'd be traveling through what looks like some kind of corrupted or corrupting, diseased forest-looking place. It would not look very good.
So this head of the city, is he? I mean, he is. From what you're telling me, is he's given a lot of freedom to the people, but they don't know that
Think of the leadership in Iran type of situation.
Oh, okay, okay.
If that's the best way for you to image it.
Well, That's not such a bad thing, is it? Oh, okay. I don't know if you guys thought that was funny, but I thought it was funny. But so what's his goal? Is he gonna I don't know. What
Now,
is
his goal is to just stay in power.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Uh-huh.
my goal was one of my goals was to topple him, but like I said, right, I am a escapee from that place, so I that's why I'm hiding my face and everything like that. I am in fact wanted here.
Help me out here. Is the big bad actually making all the women run around covered head to toe in heavy clothing?
No, it's not.
Well, I want to, make sure that I'm portraying the guy that you are.
It is in fact not Muslim.
Well, I mean, other than him kind of being that type of leader, I mean, does he work with the devils or the demons, or he just, you know?
I'd say the best thing is he works with whatever he needs to keep maintain his power.
Oh, okay, okay. So one of the goals
Like
for
there's a he is in fact a perfect denizen or example of chaotic evil.
right. So it would be a goal, a campaign goal to get rid of the guy. Is correct.
Yeah, if that would be one goal I would have as a character as this character.
What is
Oh,
this place we've come to?
Lathor Kalith.
Oh, this is your hometown.
Yes.
yeah. So
As a I'm not sure what the DM's asking me. I mean, I gave him a description of it. I told him, this guy. I mean, I'm pretty sure it has a description of the guy I gave him.
yeah, I mean, I just want to make sure that if you want to fill in the gaps, just to make sure that we're all, I'm getting him correct. Is basically if
Yeah, he's a chaotic evil despot who's slowly choking the life out of the city.
okay, all right. Well then,
I think that's the best way to describe it.
okay, well then,
Now, is this the city that needs to be fed souls to keep the forest from swallowing it?
yeah,
This
yeah,
is the city that does need to be fed souls so that the plane doesn't swallow it.
yeah.
And we just brought them like 40 or 50 elf slaves. Is that right?
The no,
Good one, Will.
we're bringing these people to our faction, to Moss,
Oh,
whatever, Moss. Or
that was funny.
yeah, no, it does sound pretty bad, but we this is what where Mossbound wanted us to bring them to her cell in this city, so that's what we're doing. I guess to help with the Elven resistance.
What kind of cell are we bringing the newly freed elf slaves to?
A faction cell, basically a sleeper cell of Revolutionary League in this city.
Does it have a pool?
Do they have a poll? I don't know.
Um, I would not
Suspect.
trust. I would not trust any of the pools of water on this plane. The odds are 50-50 it's actually quicksand.
Hmm. Okay.
Good to know.
All right. All right. So the city is pretty much compliant, is what I'm getting from you, right?
Forced compliance, yes.
Okay. Yeah, but they're not just going crazy. All right. Well, so you know what, guys? I can't find the city map. I'll have to show it
Yeah.
to you.
He is,
Yeah.
in fact, forcing rule through power.
Yeah, I'll show you the map. But regardless of what the city looks like, you heard it from the dude. This was the city's like, and eventually, I guess the end goal here would be to get rid of the mayor, who governor, or whatever he is. Um,
Does the bad guy here have any minions walking through the street to maintain his will?
Oh yeah, he's got people.
yeah, I would
Any
assume that
particular
I would
species?
imagine
they have a police
this.
force. Yeah.
Yeah, the city guard would be under his thumb. And like I said, it would not be, I would not put it beneath him to have contacts with the demons of the abyss or and other things to help him enforce
Yeah.
his rule.
Ergo, the stagecoach with the sacrifice baby, elven baby. That's in the canon, by the way. But you get the idea.
Well, are these guards any particular species? Are they all humans?
Uh, the it's just a general smattering of like humans, dwarves, it's gnomes, etc. Uh, it's a rough population of around 18,000. Like I said, 2,500 of which roughly are elves.
All right. So as I'm strolling through the city streets, I might happen to lay eyes on a dwarf. Is that right?
Yeah, would not be uncommon.
Yeah, they.
Okay, Dick. I'll take 1 minute to study the appearance of one random dwarf we're walking past.
Oh, by the way, I think on the notes he put elves this this percentage. If I remember correctly. All
Yeah.
right. Well, yeah. What did you want to know about this elf, or I'm sorry, the dwarf?
Just wanted to know if I could study the appearance of a dwarf for 1 minute. That's all.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. Well, he's looks like a regular dwarf, unless you have true sight, and we can figure out if he's a doppelganger. What? No, no, no. He couldn't be a
Totally.
doppelganger because the doppelganger. My bad. He's already told you that they're trying to infiltrate the city. Any other questions about the city, or again, it's more like a
I mean,
marketplace with.
like I said, yeah, it's pretty it's pretty straightforward. This is a pretty rundown city, but there is a sense of secure or stability, even if it's being forced through a tyrannical rule, if that makes sense. Forced compliance. So it would not be unheard of to see checkpoints going in and out of the city. And people are persuaded through one means or the others not to leave.
Um,
Anyone have the name of this ruler?
uh,
Archconsul Therival Dern.
yeah. Let me put it on Discord.
I got
Or
it.
oh, yeah, okay. Now, if you want, dude, I will fill in the gaps. Or if you're like, no, he looks like this, and he's this creepy looking guy or whatever. But if not, I'll take it. I'll handle it. All right, so we'll get more information on the baddie, and then we'll try to kill him or whatever it is that you guys want to do. It'll be level appropriate, so you don't have to worry about having to be level 20th to take over this guy or take on this guy. Heads up on that one.
Game of Lisa's game.
Well,
Well, if we want to go back to Sigil and do other stuff, I'm not gonna be opposed to it. I just threw this background on something because it might give the DM something to do.
yeah.
Have you come back in a few levels? Kill some more devils.
I don't have a
Gain
clue.
favor with the good gods.
I got this
Because
going on.
I know the DM wants to get his Biff timeline going.
Hey, we're not in a hurry, guys. Don't worry about that. Please chillax. We're, there's no more agenda.
I might probably doing the
No,
Biff
that
timeline between level 10 and 20 anyways, so we got to get there first.
As long as you guys are having fun, that's the whole point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Question:
Yep.
Did either of you guys happen to use your bardic inspiration in that last fight?
I did.
I didn't, sorry, but thank you for it. So,
But,
All
I
right,
guess I have it now.
just checking.
How long did it take for us to get from the fight to here?
a week from the dude. He's like, it takes a week.
A week, so we're fully rested. We have our spell
Oh
slots,
yeah.
things like that. Okay, so if we've been going for a week, that means our wands should be fully charged. I just want to make sure. I'm just going to take a rest and have the computer automatically do that for me then.
All right. All right. I guess this is a good place. I mean, it's a little early, but I really wanted just to unload all that information on you guys, so we were all on the same page.
Right. I'm going to
It was
assume
good
since I
storytelling.
don't see Klein in Discord anymore, I'm just going to delete his character.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, with me, I was like, oh, I got this big idea, and if the guys don't know about it, they might be confused. So let me just unload it.
Honestly, you can put your Time Lords in any position of the
Well,
story.
I've got this. Well, whatever. I'm not gonna blow that.
So this is the end of session
Uh,
4.
yeah.
Yep, it's the end of session 4, so we'll be level 3 next session. So don't forget to level up.
Yeah, three guys. Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty good. Yeah. So I was thinking
Well,
like,
we're also able to get there's little arguing right now, and we actually have a sort of direction to go to. It also helps that we're kind of meshing well, decently.
Yeah, no,
definitely.
this is good.
Oh, but by the way, if you know somebody that wants to know they're cool, then yeah.
I
Yeah,
think Mike might join us in February, but you'll have to ask him. Let me ask.
Well, we know that Nito's coming back, and
Well, he said in a month or two.
yeah, two's fine.
Yeah, I
All
couldn't
right.
find anybody who wanted to commit for a year.
Well, I think it's perfect for a campaign. You just
Oh no, I agree. I agree. I'm gonna reach out to one other person I played D&D for a year
yeah.
and see if they're like doing school and stuff, so I don't know if they'll be able to do it. That's the problem.
Well, we know that. Hopefully, we can get Mike to join. Maybe.
Oh, I just asked him because I think I remember saying he just wasn't available
Yeah,
during
yeah.
during January.
Yeah. Well, whatever. It's cool.
I think for
You guys.
new max hit points.
Huh?
Sorry, we take an average.
Yes.
Yeah, it's perfect with you three guys. So I'm cool.
So I don't mind continuing the conversation on. So we came here and we want to try to get to some celestials. How I'm still confused how we're going to get about doing that, and I wouldn't mind having some clarity.
Well,
I know
the
we're going
first
to
thing we're gonna need to do if we're gonna
That's silver.
meet up with some Celestials is we're gonna have to find a portal out of here.
I'm gonna go get some ice.
That's gonna be the big problem in and of itself.
Okay, but we know how to get out of here because we just go back to the
We
bastion.
can go back to Sigil,
So
yes.
Sigil, can't
But
we
it goes
find
to Sigil. If we
celestials in Sigil? They can't be 100% missing in Sigil, or are they 100% missing in Sigil? Maybe there's still a few left, but not enough to tide the balance. And maybe they know what's going on, but they can't affect it. So they might be looking for people who might be able to help with that.
perhaps,
But I don't know enough about sigils to.
but we need to actually find a way to get them into Sigil to begin with. In which case we're gonna need to meet up with them.
So you think you want to try to find in here, trying to find a portal out to the Badlands, or should we just go to Sigil?
Well, there's two ways we can go about finding a portal to the Outlands. We go back to Sigil and try to find one from there.
It's
We're
probably
gonna have to
easier
come
than.
up with
Yeah.
we're gonna have to come up with some kind of lead to find it in Sigil, which is completely corrupt. Well, there's no
But
portals
there
out
could
to it.
still be, there could be, like I said, is
Well,
it
no,
100% devoid of celestials, or is there somebody in there who's hiding or whatever who can help us get to where we're going?
By the way, Mr. Silver, you should have access to move us to whatever map you want to refer to.
I can see Lether, Kayla, or whatever.
Yeah, if you right click on the map and then hit active, you should be able to take us. If you want to,
I see. Right click on it, it says configure, delete, preload, mass edit.
Oh, okay. Well, because I remember somebody kept accidentally moving us to another map, so I figured. All right. Well.
They probably were click dragging.
Huh. Well, let's go to the Outlands if that.
But yeah, if we do that. The other getting actually, not thinking about it now, getting to the Outlands probably may not be as difficult as we think, because there's gonna be common trade entrances into and out of Sigil. They've obviously gotta be able to trade for supplies.
Yeah, you could always hoof it from one city to another.
So we could always take a trade exit out of Sigil into the Outlands, and from there make our way.
Yep,
You know, if you
that's
want
a
to
good
get
idea.
no, if you want to get started on that angel recruitment, yeah.
Well, we've got to get out to the Outlands before we can do that. First thing,
Are we staying in the city?
I'm gonna hand them off to Mossbound's contact because she wanted us to bring him to our cell in the city,
Yeah, because I got.
and they'll take it from there. I
Uh,
can't stick him around in the city right now. Like I said, I've got a active bounty on me.
well, well, your buddies, wherever
And
they are.
with me, yeah, and with me being only level 3 out of character, I don't have the means at the moment
Well, they got
to affect
ideas. They got
any
ideas.
real
Hmm, But
any real change at the moment. I can come back at later levels once I gotten some potential contacts and other things set up.
well,
But right now I don't have the means.
all right. Well, whatever. So next week, back to the Sigil and
We're still working to help things. We just have to go about it in a different way.
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
can't. Yeah, a bunch of level 3s just can't go up to a heavily fortified or guarded place and be like, bam. No, we're gonna help Sigil because obviously we don't know about Time Lord, Biff,
Yeah, right.
and characters, so we're gonna.
Yeah, that's what I figured. What I thought was, let's wrap this side of the campaign up, and then by the time you meet the dudes, you'll be level appropriate. That's what I was thinking. So you get to do your overthrow of the government scenario. Again, it's level appropriate to wherever you guys are at. So, well, I take that back.
I could
If
stick around this place here, but I would not be able to stay around in public sight,
right.
which would be a hard
Well,
thing to do.
well, there's ways around that, but if you can't figure
You
it out,
know.
that's you.
No, I could totally change my face back at the Bastion.
Well, I'm just saying. It's whatever you guys want to do. All right. Well,
But
uh huh.
I think we've already had a plan right now of what we're going to do to help Sigil for now. And that being, we were going to make our way, or we were going to see if we can find if there's any hidden or Celestials in hiding in Sigil. And
So,
if
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
and failing that, we'll probably make our way to the upper planes.
Well, let's go over some of the things that are bad with Sigil right now. Number one, the Undercity, or the Undersigil. A bunch of the hub of these doppelganger plants. So yeah, there's that. And then you already know that all the factals, leaders of the factions, are all, except for your guys, are all doppelgangers. You know that 25% of the population are doppelgangers. You know that Asmodeus is going to these different universes to get more and more corrupt souls going to hell for the blood war. So with all that, I think you guys can come up with something.
So we need those they live sunglasses to see the doppelganger people.
Hey, I love that movie, bro.
I'll be like Rowdy Piper.
I love it. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. One of my favorite movies. I just want to see how you guys would handle it. That's really what I'm trying to do here.
Oh, cool,
I
cool.
think we're gonna need, if we've got each world air quote here being worked on separately, I think we should get a make a rounds for each, as many each of as separate, what each of go to one of the several upper planes, so to speak, and try to get work with them to help counteract the good alignment they're trying to push, or the sort of the evil alignment and lining they're trying to push on that world. They're trying to spread evil and corruption on that world. Okay,
You're not.
we can work with the Celestials, like say of Bitopia, and have them work to spread the opposite in that world as a
You're, you're not
counterbalancing force.
focusing on the origins of the problem. You're only,
No, but we can still weaken their position while we focus on it.
but it doesn't alleviate the origins of the problem. Maybe.
Our characters don't know about the time dragon, DM, or
Okay,
Asmodeus.
I got it. Yeah.
You keep
So we'll
saying
find
that,
that
and
out
we
when we
keep,
find out
and
what
we
we've done
keep
has
telling
I'm
you
just,
we don't know that in
Yeah,
character.
I'm just totally anxious about Doc Brown.
Yeah, we keep telling you we're
Hey,
not
I.
metagaming it,
All right. All right.
but you keep trying to force and make
I'm
us metagame
very
it.
excited for Mr. Doc Brown.
I can tell you are very excited to have your Back to the Future time
Yeah.
travel.
Oh, wow, that's gonna be so nice. All right. Well, other than me talking smack, what you guys have any questions or comments? I guess it's gonna be it for tonight. A little early, but you guys got a lot of info. Plus, you kicked ass on my Joe box, and now you're in some creepy city that you might or might not want to help out. Yeah. All right. Well, you guys want any questions before I stop the stream, or was it? Yeah. Tell you what, I'll stop the stream. It doesn't seem like you guys have any questions. So.
No questions about what's going on yet. We're good. I'm good, I should say.
All right. Well. Well, that was. I just stopped the stream, so that's a relief for me. I've been dying.